Hello, everyone, and welcome to Prestige Encounters, a Dungeons & Dragons campaign brought to you by Prestige Gaming Community. My name is Salkos, and this is session 106 of Prestige Encounters, question mark, 106? Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
106 sessions.
Absolutely. So, we have a lot of things in this session, but before we get to all that, we do have some important announcements to get through. First and foremost, a lot of the music that you'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music. You can listen to their music on Spotify, watch music videos on YouTube, or go to their website at midnightsyndicate.com for more information. We also have a really nifty command in our chat to make it a clickable link by typing in !syndicate. Right, for a direct link. For more information. They're great. They're fantastic people, and we like working with them because they're nice and they write very nice emails. The Victor Brothers are another music production group. They create Celtic and fantasy RPG music. They have a fantastic YouTube channel that you can go subscribe to right now, along with their music on Spotify. They have music that they're putting out constantly. I wish I had the amount of time to put into projects like they do. But yeah, that's really exciting. So we have a link in our chat right now using !fantasy for a direct link to the Victor Brothers channel. Outside of music, there's other types of art that we have, such as character art. You have all of our bust portraits that you see below our wonderful video feeds and on our camera feeds as well. These are created by Starving Artists. Starving Artists has done all of the character art for campaign 1 way back starting in like session 47 and has done several characters for us. And you can commission her right now. She is a college student and needs your support. Commission her today. So you can find all of her commission information that's very fair pricing in our Discord and the Masters of Art channel. And that's also a great way to contact her through DM as well. Our commission inquiries only. Anyway, for campaign 2, our character art is being designed, the line art, by our very own Shada Copperstone, aka Slimy Rice.
Hello.
Yes, he is currently working on the full body art. And after he's done with all these projects and finishing the very daunting task known as high school, he might have some commissions open himself. So stick around for that. We don't just have character art and music, we also have some really great merch going on. And Elif, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Michael. So currently, if you didn't already know, we have a Redbubble. And on our Redbubble, we have our Pride merch out. We have it out early, so you can, get it in time, obviously for Pride Month. But something that is really cool is that we're working with the Trevor Project, and we're donating a portion of the profit to them in order to help support LGBTQ plus youth in any situation that they might need. So, includes living, resources, connections, you name it.
Absolutely. And as we continue to see anti-LGBTQ plus legislation here within the States, at least, support is more important now than because the battle did not end with marriage equality. And it'll be the first Pride within like the past 2 years. So at least here in Columbus it will be. So wear all the Pride merch, everybody. So thank you so much, Elif. Now, we do have a really cool server that we brought up this past week, and here to talk about it is Kelvin, aka Nate. You're muted. Just like a Zoom work meeting.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Our Minecraft server is back up and running. We've got 118, the awesome Caves and Cliffs, going. And it's been going for about a week now, and things are kicking off pretty well. We've got a lot of fun stuff, even in the lobby, just little cosmetics and things. We've got creative world that we're working on, and some mini games like Skyblock and some things like that that should be coming soon. So a lot of fun. Come join us. Our Minecraft server. Oh boy, I want to say it's mc.pgc. .gg.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Cool. So come check it out with us. I've been playing on it, building a subterranean base. It's lots of fun.
Absolutely. And I've been working on some very special bosses that you can be fighting in the server very soon with unique drops. Custom made bosses that I've been programming up. So join the server, guys. It's a great experience. Tyler.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Did you know that you can get a crazy 65% off the hottest eyewear brands at USA.com or GlassesUSA.com by using our code that's in chat? These glasses are great because you can just get sunglasses, like normal non-prescription sunglasses, or you can get prescription eyewear, or you could get prescription sunglasses. They ship super quick. You can also get 25% off contact lenses, which is super nice. So if you want to wear contacts instead of glasses like me, you can, go ahead, double order, get your contacts, get your sunglasses, because sun's out, guns out, it's beach day, let's go. So again, go to GlassesUSA.com, use our code, get 65% off. Yeah, do it. I dare you.
Pretty good deal. I got some.
I also got I got some sunglasses because mine got all scratched up from my cruise in 2019. Anyway, I believe that is all the announcements for today. Am I missing anything for beginning announcements? No. Okay. Well, in that case, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, like I got my bubble tea here, as we welcome you to our table and we begin session 106 of Prestige Encounters. Welcome back. Where we last left off, the champions of Cataran had just defeated Veskar the Insatiable, this super powerful dragon that has been looming over the world as his minions attempt to resurrect him. Thankfully, though, they defeated him in the Shadowfell, ending the tyranny of the dragons once and for all. Upon returning to Cataran, the champions were given a budget of 800,000 gold to build up a town just north of Cataran, above the lake, south of the Cyrano Forest. They have been traveling for several days now by wagon, as a number of people who decided to go live in Dragonfall as well followed with them. You guys have been, the title of the champions of Cataran have been removed, and you're just now known as champions. So,
Champions of the world, really.
as you all travel northward on the road leading to your soon-to-be new home, champions, what would you like to do?
How about Dragonfall?
What do you mean?
Well, I was trying to think up new names for the place. I thought I'd just come up with 10 of them. And the first one I came up with was Dragonfall, just because, we just felled the dragon. Seemed like the right thing.
Yeah, it seems
Sounds
fitting.
pretty good.
Are there any waterfalls? I don't think that area has any waterfalls.
I suppose we'll find out.
No, but the dragons fell, so it fits.
Like fell
Right,
from power.
but it's a city by a lake.
Hey, that's why it's not Dragon Falls. It's Dragon Fall.
Yeah, but if you only have one waterfall, you could be Dragonfall.
I thought it was still
I think it still falls because water, for some reason, is always plural, except you never use S with water.
Oh, really?
You know what?
Have you seen that giant waterfall over there, or have you seen that giant waterfalls over there?
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay,
Look at
okay,
that.
Flint.
I mentioned the name once, and we cannot stop talking about it. That's how I know it's going to be a winner.
I like it. It's fitting.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
I can live with
Okay.
it.
The end
That sounds
of a
good.
terrible age.
Shame we couldn't keep Veskar's head for the war.
Ooh, that would have been nice.
I'm
Take
kidding.
up like the entire thing, but yeah.
Just bait for cultists, really. No, thank you.
Oh, hopefully those guys just kind of go away.
Yeah, away.
Now,
Yeah.
do you think that
Hey,
they're gonna, what do you think they're gonna do about that?
What do you think they're gonna do about that? I don't know.
What can they do?
I hear they've scattered all those folks with the dragon parts grafted to them.
But I guess
figure there's no way they can go back to their old lives.
Speaking of disfiguration, Yuzeski, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My face is a little bit melted.
Why?
Not melted.
What did you do? How did that help us?
Okay, so I went through a very, very rigorous, let's call it training, and
Okay.
it was a large mental toll on me. But my mind is now more refined than it has ever been. I'm this may
What's
be
negative 2 + 7?
5.
so, that seems like it would be more in the realm of maybe brain smarts, but no, I'm how can I say this? I believe
Brain smarts as opposed to
Street smarts.
street smarts. See, you were walking
I
down
wish
the
I
street,
had
you'd
that.
be very smart in that regard.
I wish I
But,
had that.
yes.
If I ran into an alien on the street, I wouldn't know what to do.
I'd say
As Hugh says that, Flint wants to try and trip him.
trip.
Okay,
Alright.
go ahead and do a dexterity check against sleight of hand, Flint. But use your strength. Do a strength check, Flint.
Okay.
And what do I do? A dex save or a
Yeah,
regular?
you do a dex check. Not save,
Okay.
check.
It's an 18.
13.
Ooh.
Just as he's explaining this, like this vast difference between street smarts and book smarts, he just falls and face plants in the dirt.
Yeah, you're real good at those streets, aren't you?
Ah!
I'll pick him up.
You asshole! My head.
I'll use prestidigitation to clean his face up.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need like a doctor?
Hey, he's asking.
Oh,
What are you
yes.
holding back? What aren't you telling us? A training session? What's going
Yeah.
on here?
Yeah. Well.
You just left
Here, let me start.
Training
and told us not
your
Let me-
face
hold
off.
on.
follow you.
I
That's
will ask
rigorous.
a specific question. Who was training you?
Who is training me?
Yeah, why'd you tell us we couldn't come find you? That's
Yeah.
kind of sketchy.
Because this specific training that I embarked on is something that took days of isolation to perform, and I mean, look at me. I'm horribly disfigured. If one of you were to have a change of heart and maybe attempt to stop me, for my own sake, had I not been as mentally well as I currently am, I could have gone insane doing what I did. And I wouldn't want any of you to attempt to provoke me to.
So you
Not
decided to just go do that, with the chance that you would go insane.
I get it.
Right before
Huge threat.
the biggest fight of our life. You
He's
decided
asking-
that was a good idea.
If you were going to take a risk that was going to maybe help us, we could have lent our resources. What I'm reading from you is that whatever it was, we weren't going to like it. And that's why you didn't want to tell us. Am I right?
I think so, yeah.
Do
Well,
you
now
think
that-
we'll like it now?
Or let's put it this way: now that you're smarter, I guess, was it worth it?
Great smarter.
I believe it was. I think it's safe to say that what I did was worth it.
You said something about it making you more of a hero.
Yeah.
Well, how does it
Guess not.
feel? Do you feel like more of a hero?
Well, feels conflicting. I feel The methods weren't exactly heroic, though the result of which was killing Veskar, or while assisting in doing so. Of course, Stark was the one who got the honor of piercing his throat and causing him to explode in such a manner. But yes, I feel that the end result was very heroic, and that this was completely worth it.
Whatever it is, it's something you feel is awful enough that we would resent you for doing it, even if you were to tell us what it is now. But I do want you to know, we're glad for your help. You are a great asset. And I want you to know that being a hero, it's about helping people. Hero is what people will call you when you do something for them.
Right.
It's not about you. It's about something you do for someone else.
Right. Do you think maybe in that aspect that what I did may have been selfless enough to be considered a heroic act? So long as it meant everything.
I don't know yet. Suppose I'll have to wait until I find out what exactly happened before I can make that decision. But if you want to feel like a hero, come with me after this. Some people I know who might need help, and I could use some help helping them.
Right. I have a project in mind once we reach this place. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, ever since I finished my training, and I feel it will be very helpful for, this entire place we're creating. But once I finish that, I'd be happy to go with you.
Hope there's waterfalls.
Water would be very tasty.
Maybe we can make some.
When was the last time we've eaten?
Oh, good question. Probably before we left.
I mean,
We've been on the road for days.
you were traveling with Flint. I'm assuming he is feeding you every chance he gets.
Yeah, we should be okay. After that conversation, though, Elith is just gonna walk over to Zen, and whisper, and she's gonna say, "I get it. If you want to tell me more, you can. I will tell no one else."
Yes. Elith, go ahead and make a stealth check, please.
Got you. Got you. Fingers crossed. 18.
Zark, what's your passive perception? I believe it's 19.
No way. You're muted.
Zark, you muted.
He's muted.
17.
Oh, so unless you have a passive perception higher than 19, or I think she said 18,
18.
You do not hear this, so I don't think anybody has that.
I do not.
Yuzescu's just going to look back at Elith and nod.
It's at this point you, amazingly enough, Zark, you in the distance you hear the sound of galloping. A number of horses rapidly approaching the party from the path behind you.
Oh, heads up, we got somebody coming up the way.
I'm gonna drift to the side of the road. Get out of their way. Are they moving fast?
Oh yeah.
See them.
They're coming from behind.
Yeah, we'll come over to the side of the road.
Do you think it's somebody here to congratulate us again?
Could be.
I mean,
I bet it is.
If they wanted to kill us, they wouldn't have made their presence so well known. So,
for their sake, I hope it is.
Can we tell about how many horses' hooves are coming?
Make an intelligence check.
Can I do that as well?
Sure.
Question mark? Wonderful.
13.
13.
17.
17. It's hard to tell. It's more than, you can guess more than 5. But just as, the sound grows louder, the hill behind you, just about 8 to 10 horses burst over the horizon. All of the riders are wearing armor with flowing capes behind them. And they're just approaching you all very rapidly. Rather expensive looking steeds as well. And as they kind of like run up, they kind of go across the road and cut you guys off for a moment. They stop.
Uh-oh.
What's the deal?
Do you know who we are?
No, nobody get any hasty. It's fine. As like two of the horses kind of part, sitting on a horse is a halfling man with salt and pepper hair and there's just these really bright blue eyes and just wrinkles across his face from years of smiling.
Lifeline?
Yeah.
Champions! It's been a while.
Lampshade. I mean, Lightvine.
I like the first one.
It's nice to see you again.
It is good to see me, isn't it?
Yes. Is there a reason you're standing in our way? Perhaps you'd like to drift along with us. We're heading towards our brand new keep.
So I've
Here,
heard.
try this! And I hand him a new style of timber.
He doesn't even look at it, he just eats it. He just trusts you.
Cool. It's peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
This it's stuck to the top of the roof of my mouth.
Flip it over. It'll work better then. Flip it over.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Well, I heard that you all were building a new city, and I thought that's the place that I may want to see. I brought a number of my household guard, but I have a keen interest in this new development. I figured with our history, you wouldn't mind me tagging along.
What kind of interest? Out of curiosity.
For now, a vacation home, but we'll see where the road takes us.
Oh,
Well, this
nice.
place could potentially be a great trade point. It's right at the mouth, right at the end of the lake that leads into the river that leads in from the ocean.
Who doesn't
could
love
potentially
shopping
have
on
some-
vacation?
Is that too? But we'll be looking for anyone who can start something.
And we all know I can start. Normally it's a tavern brawl, but I can start things.
You want a tavern brawl? I can do that.
I'm too old. Anyway, and he's gonna start he's gonna whistle and Theodore Misvale, his paladin personal guard with his gleaming gold armor, is just gonna start trotting along as the household guard kind of leads the rest of you forward.
Miss Vale?
Lord Copperstone.
We fought you once, right?
No.
Wasn't
did.
we didn't?
Sorry,
No.
we fight so many people, we can't keep track.
No.
I was
We've got-
trying to remember.
Yeah,
if
we
that was
we fight around.
I was trying to remember if that was the dude that we fought, like the group that we fought in the tournament in. Never mind.
No,
No.
I
Miss
know what
Vale's
you're talking about.
different. Been around for a
Okay.
while.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
What's the news, Lightvine? We hear there might be some refugees still. Displaced people after the dragon's devastation.
The southern ends of the empire are quite a political mess right now, but hopefully, as your new minister of the treasury, I can help bring things closer together.
Oh, nice. Congrats on the promotion.
Well,
Good to know
you
we
know,
have trustworthy people.
being the person who brought the saviors of the whole empire into the empire itself doesn't hurt on my resume. So
Take what you can get.
You did gamble on us, didn't you? Yeah.
I saw potential. One time, When I was walking through Restoria, there was an artist on the side of the road just painting pictures. And I looked up and said, son, you are full of talent. Unfortunately, that one didn't work out, but typically I'm good.
Dang.
You really call him son? That doesn't seem like the best way to approach potential employees.
Do you know what, Flynn? Do you know how you get to Varley Hall? Practice.
Okay, well, one of the things that you have to take away from practice is like where you screw up. And never mind.
That was actually kind of wise. That was kind of baller.
He's
I
gonna
feel like that was a real fact.
he's gonna like kick out the sides of the horse and ride on.
Sure, go on, French.
Is there anything else you'd like to do before you arrive to your new home?
I would like to speak to Calwin.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, so I've had this idea, right? So I'm pretty alright with heavier armor, and I've had this thing. And he's going to pull out a big rock of Stygian ore. I've had this thing just sitting with me since we came out of the Shadowfell. I was thinking, is this rock maybe enough to produce some plate metal? It's about 20 pounds.
I might be able to do something.
That'd be a lot of fun, I think.
Ooh.
You might want to give that to the person who's already smithed that.
Oh? Did Shada smith Stygian ore?
He made the scythe out of that, right?
Yeah, but not armor. Shada, what do you think?
Yep.
Can you
Armor is kind of my specialty.
How much? That is true. Kelwin's more of a armor than I am, but
That's
how
what
much
I
did you
figured.
weigh?
20 pounds.
That'll
Rough.
reduce quite a bit when you refine the ore.
Right.
It would not be enough from your passive intelligence, Calvin. It would not be enough for plate armor. 20 pounds of ore is not a whole lot.
Okay.
I know next to nothing about smithing, sorry. Do we have any spare Stygian in our party?
No, all that the rest that we had was used for Jack's special weapon there.
Right. No,
I
it's
mean,
definitely a good use of it.
We can make something smaller or make an alloy. Incorporate some other metal into it.
Or if you really want Stygian armor specifically, the dragons are dead. We've got some time to kill. I could probably take you to the Shadowfell, where could mine up.
Now that you mention it, the dragons are dead. Maybe we could make an alloy of Stygian and dragon bone, perhaps. Sounds pretty heavy.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe a handle made of dragon bone? And
For armor?
Handle
for armor? Yeah, no. I'm like, because I'm thinking biotics and metal don't typically make alloys.
Well,
No, they don't. They're being incorporated into decoration, though.
Here's a fun thing. You guys know about those people like thousands of years ago called the Vikings? Do you know why they had stronger weapons than everybody else? It's because they forged them with the bones of animals. So what they thought they were doing was infusing the spirits of the animals into the weapon, but what they were really doing was taking the carbon out of the bones and infusing it into the weapons.
How did you know that?
Funny you mentioned
Making steel.
Flint, you sure do know a lot about ancient civilization.
By Vikings, he means the snow orc raiders from the north.
Oh,
Yeah,
those guys.
yeah.
Yeah. The bone blade.
that's
As I
crazy.
recall. That's what they were called. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough that information was passed to the dwarves because that's the same process I used for my dragon slaying blade.
That's an interesting technique that I've been meaning to study a little more.
So weapons. That's what I'm hearing. Stygian ore and dragonbone.
I mean,
Well,
maybe.
it could be incorporated into armor still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be armor.
Well,
I am still available to take whoever a mining party to the Shadowfell to get more Stygian ore if we need it.
maybe. Ember, I might sorry to interrupt you, Shadow. Go ahead.
Yeah. If not more Stygian ore, I might recommend adamantine.
Good stuff.
Well,
Would it
I
be
mean,
possible to make an alloy out of Stygian ore and adamantine?
That's what I might be confused
Potentially,
about, because,
some alloys are tricky and less strong than the two separate ores, so it just depends.
Does
yeah,
anybody know the molecular bonds between adamantine and Stygian ore?
I don't know what that means.
And
I haven't tried that before, so I don't know yet.
Magic.
There's science here too. We got both.
I mean,
It just
we could take the
works.
magic route, or we could just take the let's cast legend lore route, because I'm pretty certain that both those ores are legendary.
I do have legend lore.
well, one thing I can say is we have a lot of experimenting we can do with our new materials,
For sure.
particularly the dragon materials, which should be incredibly strong. We got a lot from Veskar, didn't we?
Yeah, but
He's a pretty big guy.
I believe
Not much.
we had to liquefy some of it for
Yeah.
our keep.
Mhm.
Whatever we did keep is probably very good building material for whatever we decide to make.
Wait, hold on. Let's clarify. Did we liquefy all of it or some of it?
I
think we did all of it.
So the remains of the dragons Veskar dissipated into a burst of shadow. He was not of a material body upon dying. The other dragon remains were buried when all of the floating islands fell when he died.
Okay.
You have
We have some scales.
you have scales and
Bones
bones
that we took
from
from
Minaria.
White.
There's a green dragon and a blue dragon that you guys killed. No, black and blue dragon that you killed in Minaria, and you gathered scales, and you also have the scales of an ancient white dragon as well.
I see. Well, whatever we decide to do, I would if it's not any trouble, I would like some of the heaviest armor you can make.
Sure. And I think it should be a group effort. For one thing, that will ensure that it goes more smoothly and more quickly.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Kelvin. I do have some things I need to handle. I don't know.
I'm also going to be completely honest with you. With my new political role, I'm unsure of how much time I will have. I will help at every instance that I can. Actually, when we get to our new home, I have a plan to make another one of me, like I made another one of Shada earlier. And either me or other me should be able to help, I think.
Speaking of, we should have like a funeral or something, right?
For other Shada?
Yeah, like, I don't know how much consciousness they have, but he really made a big difference in that fight. We should definitely think of some way to tell him
He
that.
was just another one of me, and if I'm gonna be honest, if I died, I'd want my remains smithed into a blade, but we can't do that with snow. So
We could
Well-
we could have used him for some quenching water.
Yeah. But yeah, something.
So, as you all continue to move forward, eventually, after a few more days of travel, you come to the area that is soon to be known as Dragonfall. Not much to see. There is a number of kind of rundown looking buildings. It looks as if there are a few failed attempts at settling here. There is a very large lake that you can't even see the land on the other side when you look straight across. It is extremely large. But
Kind of like an inland sea.
kind of. But you all know that given the right amount of work, this could be your home. The keep leaves the most to be desired, as it is mostly a small stone stronghold that was likely used as a kind of like a station for armies during the conquering. It was quickly, hastily built. It's not very sturdy. It's kind of crumbling. This is your home, and this is what will be known as Dragonfall.
Could use a little bit of work, but there's potential.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, a lot of potential.
There's not even a
How much of it are we going to have to
waterfall!
rip out, though?
If it makes you feel better, we can add a waterfall.
It would make me feel better.
Let's do
We can add several fountains, even.
and trees. Let's add trees. Grow some trees around here.
Choose
Nice garden, yeah.
What does the vegetation in this area look like?
So you are relatively close to the Ealia Forest. It's a couple miles up north. It's mostly deciduous. You're not quite north enough where it would be like pine trees or like a taiga field, but mostly deciduous trees, broad leaves, maples, birch, that sort of thing.
How do you guys feel about bringing the forest down to the city and sort of incorporating it into the city? Give it a natural feel, like you're in the woods, but also, hey, there's a store.
Like how much? Like hard to discern that it's a city, or like there's clearly
a city, but walking through the city, you're not like, oh, this is an affront to nature.
There's also, like, trees can really shed off a lot of the heat during the summer. It'll also make it just more pleasant to live in.
Yeah.
And we're not super far north, so it shouldn't get too cold in the winter, and it'll keep us nice and cool in the summer, and
Seems to me like Ember's taking some notes from the Feywilds.
Yes.
I think we all learned something from that.
As terrifying as that place was, it was also beautiful.
Place needs people. That's what it needs. Lots of people.
Definitely.
I think there's a lot of people who need homes due to several countries burning.
You're right.
Yeah.
People need a fresh start. They could do it here.
I will say, being of Dwarven heritage, I am very used to a lot of stone architecture, but I've grown to appreciate, trees and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, wood doesn't last as long.
Not
Needs more maintenance, but
I'm not suggesting we build our keep out of wood. We definitely need the dwarves to help us with that and make that stone, but let's try and not turn this into a stone parking lot,
Hey, DM, what's the condition of the docks? Are there docks here?
There's one dock that has like a single fishing boat tied to it.
That's gonna have to be expanded. We're gonna have to work on that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
yeah, trade is an important part of infrastructure of a city, right?
Yep.
I mean, not only that, but fishing should also provide a portion of people's needs.
We also
Food-
need like
yeah.
fresh food here. Like we've got all these like empty grasslands. These can all be like wheat fields or potato fields or barley fields. Did you know that I have a really good recipe for really good beer that I haven't been able to make in like 12 years?
Let's check the kitchens
Okay.
now. So I guess we'll just do a kind of a tour around the keep now. That's kind of what we'll be doing for a bit. But one thing I would do though is just lean over to Sam and check on how he's doing. Is he looking happy? Is he looking troubled?
He's looking a little bit dazed.
You used that wish, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were going to use that
Yeah.
on yourself, but you didn't.
If any of us had fallen into that dragon's breath weapon, we would have risen as shades. Once that started happening, the rest of us probably would have died pretty quick.
So you gave up your chance to get rid of this, whatever this is.
I mean, in all fairness, I really didn't want to become an undead thing. They freak me out. I do think though that like it's going to take a little bit to get over that.
Sure, we'll find
I
something.
mean,
We've got some clever people on it.
right?
That must have been a hard choice.
I don't know.
Is this conversation?
I think after a good night's sleep, we'll see if we can get things figured out in the morning. But like,
I'm sure we're in earshot of Elith too. Just look over.
right? Nah. Still, this is a good place. Plenty of water, plenty of forest, a good keep.
Hey, I wouldn't have asked you to do what you did, but I thank you for doing it. You saved us all back there. I'll just pat him on the shoulder.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of all of your vision. I feel like I can make another brewery right up there on the hill.
Ooh.
A brewery.
Yeah, how my specialization, my main export in the Cloven Hills is spirits. And I don't mean the kind that this one, he's going to point to Elith, handles at all. I mean the ones that you all have been drinking and having at your fine establishment in Catarin.
We need coffee!
Oh yeah, I forgot
It would be good.
about coffee.
Introduce that to more of the world.
Maybe you could get some fruit trees in here. See what would go with the climate.
We could probably do some apple trees, which is super useful for apple pie. Did you know that you could put cinnamon in apple pie and it makes it taste so much better?
Sure did.
Can't wait to find out.
Cinnamon, that's that really exotic spice from the islands, right?
Yeah, but I can make it magically with this. And he pulls up like basically a spice shaker. He's like, I can just produce, look, cinnamon.
I thought you were about to pocket Sam, but with cinnamon.
You have it! Have some in your eyes!
I thought your whole hand motion, that's what I thought was happening.
Oh, that's...
Like fairy dust him.
Sprinkling it into his hand. Wow.
That was so funny.
That's like usually really fancy people have that, and you just can do it.
Hey, check it out! And he goes double fist.
As
Is
you
your
all,
secret to cooking good things?
Real
as
quick,
you,
you guys.
go ahead, Ollie.
Quick. In case y'all didn't remember, I'm pretty sure that Sarah's old horse was named Cinnamon.
Oh,
So,
I think that's right.
Aww.
yeah, I
Little,
just remember that.
little pop-up trivia on the stream.
It's you.
Oh, so Michael, I'm going to add an addendum to the thing that I sent you.
Okay. So as you all are walking through this keep, you get the idea for what you're all imagining, and what you all need in a home, being 9 people from various backgrounds, and it's gonna have to be torn down. As you consult with Lightvine, what exactly it is you're looking, since he's the one who has most of the connections throughout the Empire, on construction, that sort of thing. You for the town stuff, you talk about how you need a strong sense of trade. You need a marketplace for stores to come in. Ember has the desire for the College of Magic to make a move up here as well. There needs to be build up on the docks where, ships can sail up the river as smaller ships and pay a toll to deposit their goods through the waterways. Farmland around for food and for people to raise their crop and just have a stable supply within the city as well. You also mentioned that you need a religious district, places that you can build temples and people can pay homage to the gods, and many gods that have assisted you all throughout your journey, and then of course housing for a number of people as well. For your keep, aside from your rooms, you also provide the details that you need a great hall. You have the desire for a personal forge within the keep, as long with a forge district outside in the city. Places for Ember and Kelvin to create their magical inventions as Shada works in the forge. A greenhouse to grow herbs, kitchens for Flint. There's also the need for a vault, preferably magical, that can prevent people from accessing it through simple lockpicking, along with a chapel and a number of other things. It was a little bit over the budget that you've been given for building your own keep and all this stuff, but it's doable, and you would have to get rid of some of the supplies to make up the gap. Of course, this is all stuff the party has been talking about over the last week. But I believe, based off of everything that you said, you were given a total of 850,000 gold for a budget. Based off everything that you listed, that I just said, you have a due balance of 62,500. How would you all as a party like to cover that final cost?
And that's is that
Go ahead, sorry, Elif.
is that before or after we've already paid up what's in the party funds?
That's before anything coming out of your guys' pockets. So everything, that balance is what you are responsible for before you add anything in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So 62 grand. So there's a few ways we can do this. We can just straight up sell the raw materials that we have, or we could turn some of those raw materials into items and sell those.
Sure.
We've got a whole lot of jewels and fancy art we can sell too.
We
Probably
do.
if we find
We've got some very fancy art.
We do. We have a lot of things that we can sell.
We have 10 art pieces worth 7,500 gold each.
That's enough by itself, and we still have more.
That covers it, but I think 2 of those art pieces we wanted to keep. Correct?
I want to keep the one of the storm, the tapestry. I don't know if those are the same.
Yeah.
We'll need tapestry.
Okay.
Great. So that leaves another 2,500, and we've got gems that can cover that too.
Gems and
Plus
still
our
have
own
some
personal fund.
gold and platinum. If we've still got some left over that, I have some plans. I want to spend some time making some things that will help make our work in the future a little easier.
I also I just thought of something. If we're gonna have a town and there's gonna be merchants stuff and everything, we're gonna need a town guard as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, we will. I'm sure
Is
we'll
that-
find plenty of people ready to fight. At least fight worthy. The big question will be whether they can be disciplined.
Who's going to command them? Yeah, who's going to discipline them?
Who's going
Well,
to pay?
I'll look at Zark. I'll look at
Who's
Zark.
going to pay them is the real question.
I can answer that for
We're kind of in
money.
charge of the city.
I hate to say
Taxes?
it, but taxes.
We're gonna have to have taxes.
But we should tax fairly. We shouldn't be squeezing the poor people. We should be looking at the ones who are really bringing in the money, you know? They're the ones who get taxed. The ones who are just starting out looking for a new start.
Directly at Lightvine. And he just stares at him.
Yeah.
I pay my fair share in taxes every year. Of course, none of it goes to the empire itself. I get exemptions for the number of people I employ.
Well, maybe you feel extra motivated to do so when you see the results of your generous contributions. Right
Perhaps we can do some sort of fundraiser. Doesn't sound like the right word. Like a fancy, sophisticated fundraiser for rich people.
Carriage wash.
Would y'all be
Perhaps now
A gala?
that one of the
Alright.
ministers of
Hold up,
this
sorry.
continent, I can make a law requiring him to pay his fair share of taxes.
What was that, Elif?
We don't want to alienate him. He's also been really good to us.
the
Oh,
law?
not him specifically, just all the people like him.
Well, you said fundraiser, and it got thinking in my brain, right?
What's like the fancy social version of that?
A festival. Why won't we? Why?
Oh.
Why we should hold a festival? Invite people from all over. It's safe to go out. It's safe to vacation. Enjoy your time. Come visit our new town. Spend your money. Buy
The
our
Dragonfall Fair.
Mm-hmm. What do y'all think?
That'd be cool. Yeah, we definitely need like.
And it
I
would
will-
definitely be
I will
Tourism?
fund it.
I have a bunch of confectionery that I want to try out, and you guys seem to like meat that like fills you. But I really want to try this candy stuff because it's not super filling, but it's very good.
You know what? I believe that I could make a generous contribution to run a festival. Based on everything that you've told me that you're looking for in a home, I would say it would take about 3 months to complete. And let me tell you, is that when the town is finally built and the keep is finalized, we're gonna have ourselves a party.
Let's go.
That sounds fun.
Sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
We're gonna have
Sounds good.
actors tell the story of the fall of Veskar. Of course, we're gonna have to gloss over some details and dramatize it a little bit to keep the kids and the older people more entertained. He's gonna notice Sam, keep this one a little bit more jazzed up. But I imagine, Amber, how do you feel about your character being played by a woman?
How dare you?
Okay, well, we'll discuss that in the details.
Dare you? How dare you? That would be an honor for you.
Right,
Why?
it's very honorable for a woman to play any
Why?
role.
And then we'll be immortalized as heroes, right?
God damn it, Michael.
What the fuck, Michael?
I don't even want to.
There's a line. There is a line, and you are writing it.
Oh, write it hard, dog.
Livevine is Live,
Oh, it's Lightvine. Yeah. That's what it
Livevine
is.
is from a very different generation.
Fair. It's the character.
I need my mic.
Okay.
He's a boomer.
He
Yeah,
is.
you
He has
bastard.
way too much money. He's not sharing it.
We can fix that.
Yeah, we just gotta introduce him to memes. It'll be fine, guys.
The memes.
I was gonna ask you guys for all of your tech advice.
How do I save this as a PDF?
How do I send this message on my sending stone?
Google.
Photo to my text message.
Opens up Google. Google.com. Search. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So give us 3 months. That's all we require is 3 months, and we will go from there.
It's a good chunk of time.
I'm sure that you all have personal items that you want to take care of. 3 months. I'll get some dwarves from Thorman here to help with the stonework. We're gonna get some of the elves to help with the trees and in the forest that you want to bring down here. It's gonna be lovely. The Jewel of the Empire. Has a nice ring to it.
Sure does.
Did you say I want my jewels?
So we're part of the Cataran Empire. Is that
The Empire is what was the Empire
Okay.
outside the Elven lands, but that's gonna kind of be decided over the next 3 months. But
Okay.
so everybody,
Oh no.
the party has 3 months to do whatever you all want.
nice?
Three
Elf.
months later.
Oh,
So I know
not that
that.
easy.
Well, actually, I'm not totally sure. Shada, aren't you supposed to be going back to Thorm?
I have to handle some stuff back in Cataran first, but I will end up going to Thorm. I need to go back home for a little while.
Yeah, I think a trip home for all of us would do us some good.
Yeah.
My home city got destroyed.
I'm sure you're keen on seeing Gari again, right?
Yes. I wanted to go with you. I wanted to get him.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm on my way to do that. Just keep an ear open.
A long way back to Ayash.
Well, I suppose in the meantime we can do that quick trip to the Shadowfell if you want to. We'll help out. Should
Yeah.
take like a day or so.
We can get
time
more
passes
done.
there than it does here.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah, I kind of said earlier, I'm thinking about some things I can make. How many of us have a bag of holding? We have 2, right? Yeah.
I'll
I
take
mean,
one if you want to make some more. I'll happily take one.
I think I could make one for each of us and a couple sets of sending stones. I know we already have one. Just so we can stay in communication more.
I require
Right.
2 of them personally, Kilwin. I can help you make them.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll cut down your time making them.
Yeah.
But I require 2 sets for myself.
Luckily, the way that I do things with artificing, I can make those kinds of things a little bit faster. They're not quite as complicated as some other things.
Since we're discussing, future plans before everybody goes everywhere, I have a thing that I've recently learned that might interest all of you.
Shoot.
So you know how for the battle with Veskar, I was able to make another Shada, and that Shada was, a fully conscious person, right?
Yep.
I have figured out how to make a backup version of you, if you will. I figured out how if I take Shada today and I collapse him and put him into a pod.
That sounds painful.
Not you specifically, your essence. I collapse your essence into a pod and then I grow that into a version of you. It will be you from this state, all of your memories. And if you were to pass away in any circumstance, old age, killed by a dragon, fall off a cliff, you would come back
I wouldn't die from falling off a cliff.
into this pod. Essentially, you would have a second life. You could die once and come back. Would
So a spare
you-
body.
Spare body. No separate memories, no separate souls. Your soul comes and inhabits this body.
Sounds
Right.
interesting.
That's some rocky territory right there.
I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah, it's a. I could see how it would be useful, but I imagine a lot of people wouldn't want to do something that seems that unnatural.
It is unnatural and it's weird. I will say I'm going to do it for myself because since I've met you lovely individuals, no offense to you, but we've been walking down steeper and steeper roads into death's territory.
That's right.
And I'm not there yet, so if something happens accidentally, I don't want it to be my last. I don't want anything left over that I need to take care of. This is a failsafe for me. So I'm going to set it up for myself. But if anybody else would like one, just
Having been a couple days, Sam just kind of shrugs and says, I think I could manage something like that myself.
What, coming back from the dead? In another
Oh,
body?
yeah. Yeah, exactly what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I could be up for that.
I can actually do it without the material costs. Any kind of like squints over to Ember. So like if you want to save on materials, I could do it once today, and then you can do it once today.
if you can help me out, please.
Mhm.
I welcome you to it.
Awesome. Okay. He's asked you, where do you want it? Like, where should we store it so that it's safe?
I was expecting we were going to build a room specifically for these because I know I want one, and
Mhm.
We could keep them in the vault, possibly.
Keep them in the vault?
but
Yeah.
what
As long
happens
as
if
you can
get rid of
exit the
mine
vault.
in the vault and you can't
Breathe.
exit was what I was thinking, but
Shouldn't
yes,
there be a handle on the inside of the door?
no,
Open from the inside.
Why
it's
not?
a security risk
Against things coming from the inside?
against things
Yeah,
that
we'll
create magic on the inside.
we'll stick them in the basement.
Fail safe it. We know magic it, you know?
What if
Mhm.
we... Oh,
How long does it take for the body to be viable?
120 days.
Dang.
Okay. We need to get those going sooner rather than later, and I don't know if the basement's going to be like ready pronto, because that feels like it would be ready after the 3 months are up.
I don't know where is going to be ready pronto. I know that I'm going to want my personal.
What if we dropped by Cataran and dropped them in the basement of the Flint and Steel?
Better idea.
I was
Why
going to
don't
say.
you... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Why don't you ask a favor from Elviron?
I was planning on waiting until the infrastructure was built and then doing this. I just wanted to let you all know before we go our separate ways that this is an option that you have. And I
Right.
do need you for a full day if we're going to do this for you.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's going to spend about a day or so recruiting someone to help him out, and together they're going to just make a makeshift stables, restore it to whatever state they can. Then he's going to ask Ember to send a message over to Elviren, manifest the tower nearby. Let's catch up. And if ever the tower does show up, Jack's going to retrieve the horses from the stables at long last.
Ooh. Oh, nice. If you tell Ember what you're going to do, he will come with.
Mm-hmm. Sam will actually come with as well. And he'll stay with Elviren for a little bit, like a week.
Well, Elviren hopefully will show up here in the tower, but that's up to the DM. What do you think, DM?
So, the first night you send the message to Ember, and I'll say 2 days past, you all like kind of surveying the town and getting things settled. On the dawn of the second day, there was a thunderous crack throughout the area. You all kind of like run outside of your crumbling keep, and just beyond the boundary of the town is a tower.
I know that tower. I think I know those horses.
Been a couple of days, which means I have 2 embers now. So both embers are going to approach the tower.
Quick question,
Nice.
Sakos.
Mm-hmm.
Would Shada be gone at this point? He did want to go back to Cataran as soon as possible.
You would have left.
All right.
You'd be on your way back to Cataran by now.
Clint would have gone with you.
Okay, so let's handle the Elviren situation, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, just mainly like to retrieve the horses, but if anyone wants to spend time with Elviren, here he is. But I'll also announce to everyone that I'd like to go back to Ceravel for a while. That's what I'd like to do. I'm going to go and look for people. I know that they'll be in trouble, and if anyone wants to come with me, I'll look at you. I'll look at Aleph. I'll look at Ember. Kelvin. I'll look at Zark. I could use your eyes.
Will there be violence?
Almost definitely.
I'm up for it.
Definitely be up for it after I finish my own little thing I've got going on. I'll pursue you immediately.
Jack.
I have other things to be doing. Sorry.
Of course. Yes, sir.
I am a bit busy, but if you need me, I'll try and check in with you once a day. If you need me, let me know.
All right. Evening meeting, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If I don't answer immediately, I'm probably tied up. Maybe literally.
Oh, you'll be able to answer if you're tied up, literally.
All right.
It appears I've done the transfer a little bit wrong. It was supposed to be slightly to the left, just a few feet. I'm getting a little bit rusty with my runes and the configuration. My mind is not what it used to be.
Well, if you need a new body, apparently Ember can hook you up.
Oh, Byron. Actually, yes.
Hello, fellows. My name is Elviren Creek, and perhaps you've heard of me. I am an accomplished adventurer of my time.
Yeah, you defeated the Kraken. I know. We've met.
Oh, so you've read about my stories throughout the various novels of history. It is
I just
quite
said we met.
nice to know that
I just said we met.
No need to shout. I'm old, not deaf. Would you like some tea?
I would like some tea. I would also like to talk to you. And other Ember steps up. I would also like to talk to you.
Oh, you must be a friend. That's anyway. Have a seat.
Jack, if you don't have anything with Elviren, you might want to leave now. This is going to be a long conversation.
Magic no talk. Say no more. I'll go after Zark and just say, what do you say? Want to get out the road?
Well, I mean, it's obviously going to be a while. It would take a while to get back home anyway, so I might as well ride with y'all for a little bit.
Glad I can count on you. I knew I could. And we'll just sort of hang
I was
around
going-
and wait till we gather, but yeah.
Okay.
So I actually didn't know this interaction was gonna happen, so I don't really want to roleplay it, but basically I want to just juice Elviran for any information that he has in regards to being an archmage or being no, specifically I want to ask him about Archmage Agrinold and any sort of secrets that have been hidden away over the last like 100 years.
Okay.
You can DM me those if it's
Okay.
like, yeah.
All right. Sam will go ahead. He'll actually find a nice secluded place, and he will start start prepping to get himself fixed.
All right. So for the first month, we'll kind of go down and you're just go. We're gonna go through this month by month. So we'll start with Shada
And Flint, I guess.
and Flint heading back to Canada. And after a week and a half of travel, you do arrive back at Canaran, which is, you know, still rebuilding after the fight from the dragons. And you arrive at the Flint and Steel, your tavern, and that's been your home for the past year and a half. What would you like to do?
All right. I'm gonna have to talk to Lumiscan about some important things, Flint.
Okay. I need to pick up some supplies, and hopefully when we're done here, we can go to Thorm. But basically, I just wanted to pick up some stuff and yeah, go.
All right. Yeah. It might be a little bit longer than you expect.
How much longer? I'm not staying here more than a few days.
Hey, if you don't want to stay here, I could ask Eula to have somebody teleport you or something, but depending on how long I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
not more than a day or two, but it's.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
This is my town too. Like, we've got a shop here. I want to help these people, and they're obviously recovering. So I'm gonna go make them some food. I'll be back.
All right. Shadow's gonna go find Lumiscan. I'm assuming he's in his bedroom.
Yes.
I'll knock.
Come in.
Lumiscan.
Oh, Copperstone. He's gonna attempt to stand up.
You don't have to force yourself. I think you may have heard we've handled the big issue, the dragons.
Heard.
I think. Are you ready to carry out what you asked of me?
I'm ready.
I think we should grab a drink, sit around for a little while first.
Would like that.
All right. Shadow will help Lumiscan up. And on their, walk through the hallways, he's gonna whisper to him, I have to know, what would you want me to do with your remains? Is that something you'd like to leave up to Nisa?
A smile kind of spreads across his face. Outside the walls, there's a hill with very old oak. I think I'd like to be buried underneath that tree.
All right. Shadow's gonna walk him down the stairs, and I guess sit around at a table, bring some drink. Shadow will bring Lumiscon some gin. He knows he enjoys it.
Mm.
And Shadow himself will grab some scotch or something. They're gonna sit there and drink for a little while.
Okay.
I think I've said this before, but thank you for all you've done for me and my family.
It has been an honor.
All right. Before everything's handled, would you like to go somewhere specific?
I think I'm enjoying myself here.
All right. I don't even know how to go about this.
Just sit with me for a while.
All right. Okay. Shadow, sits down in, I guess, more awkward, quiet than he'd like, but sits around for a while.
Lemon Scum will down his drink.
Shadow does the same.
I realized it was a little bit crass of me to, or selfish rather, to request that you carry out such a task.
I understand. I can't say it won't be hard for me, but if I was in your situation, I'd probably ask the same.
Lord Copperstone.
Yes.
I will be retiring to bed for the evening.
All right.
Just know that I believe that you're going to be a great leader for the Copperstone clan.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Lumiscon.
He's going to pat you on the shoulder and walk back upstairs to bed.
So it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I DM you something really fast?
Yeah, while you're on it, make a perception check.
All right, cool. I'd say 17.
17. So, as you're kind of sitting there at the bar, quietly finishing your drink, you notice that there is an extra glass next to where Limuscon were sitting, and you kind of like pick it up, and it's a small vial.
Oh, okay. Yeah, scratch what I was gonna DM you.
Okay.
But yeah, Shadow's gonna pick it up and just kind of observe it for a moment, and I think he gets the gist. Shadow's gonna go and check in on Flint.
So Flint's in the kitchen cooking when you walk in.
Anything special planned?
Hey, check this out. And I hand him something that looks sort of like a croissant.
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 Hmm.
Looks sort of like a croissant. But you bite into it and there's like melted chocolate and it's super sweet.
Oh, it was a lot different than what you usually make.
I'm learning how to bake.
That's nice.
You okay?
Not really.
Yeah, man, me neither. Here, try this. And he's gonna give you a thing that looks like a circle. A circle of dough.
Hmm.
There's a bit of jam filling inside of it.
Oh, this is nice. I have a question, Flint.
Yeah?
I think I asked you before about your friends from the astral plane.
Yeah. Are we still doing that? Because you said we were gonna do that. We're still doing that, right?
Yeah, if they're willing to help, I want to handle that. But in the meantime, have you seen Nisa?
DM, have I seen Nisa recently?
She would be in and out of the kitchen, bringing food out to her various guests.
Yeah, she's around here somewhere. Let me go find her for you. Here,
All right.
you stay here. Actually, before you stay here, I've been learning drinks too.
Right.
And I'm gonna make him basically an alcoholic hot cocoa.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go find Nisa. And
Okay.
bring her.
Yeah, easy enough. She's behind them. She's, can't this wait? I'm rather busy with my guests.
No, it can't wait. You have well, not your owner, but the owner of this establishment is waiting for you. He seems very upset. You need to go talk to him right now.
Fine. Castian, watch over this. She's gonna come to the back.
Nisa.
Shada.
I have a letter for you. You might want to come up the back with me.
Can't this wait? I have a number of guests at the bar.
If you'd like, you can save it for when the shop closes, but I would suggest maybe taking the rest of the night off instead.
You guys hear some like pots and pans banging in the background? Don't worry, I got this.
He seems pretty confident. I think you should. I think you should take the night off.
What's going on?
Shada hands her the letter. It's for you.
She'll grab the letter from you and open it and slowly pull out the piece of parchment and unfold it. And let's go ahead and review what we all do for the first month. We'll start with Jack and his group of merry adventurers. Jack,
Cool.
during the first month, what are you all doing?
Well, if we can get a quick teleport over to Ashtar, then I'd love to bring anyone who'd like to come with. I think maybe we'd start either in Ashtar and work our way north, or we could start at Heldrun. Actually, yeah, let's start with Heldrun. So Jack is bringing whoever's coming with. I think it sounded like Zark. Elith seemed like a yes until Shadow comes back. Hugh, are you good to come too?
No, not yet. I'm going to be working on my project for a while, but we have magic. I'll be there whenever I'm ready.
Right. Okay. So
Ember can provide you the teleport, and he'll
Thank
be
you.
there with you for one singular day, and then he's leaving.
Okay, so we're going to start with Heldrun, and we'll work our way south around the lake. And the goal is to find refugees, people who've been displaced, who are looking for a fresh start, and who would say yes to an offer like ours. That's the first part. The second part is if there are any bandits around, as will probably have happened because people's lives are falling apart, we'd like to know about them.
Okay. For the sake of this, the group can make a investigation check and a persuasion check.
I'd happily do both. $24 for investigation. 33 for persuasion.
Yeah, I mean, as you all travel throughout the Zero Veil Federation, where the dragons began their conquest, it's rather easy to find the specific people that you're looking for. There are, a number of bandits that you find that agree to join you. Those who put up more for resistance meet a very terrifying death at the hands of Elith.
They get fed to Elith. Yeah, Elith. Yeah. Allow me to introduce to you our warlock. But I mean, and that's done. I should caution with very careful attention to whether they are just desperate or if they are just intractable psychos who cannot be worked with. But for the most part, we're looking for people who are ready for a fresh start, bandits included. They're invited too.
Okay. So first month continuing, Elith.
I would just we can keep count at the end. We can randomize it or something. I would like to keep as many bodies as I can, just shove them in the bag of holding. You know
God
what I mean?
damn. Oh no.
Right, for this sake, Elith, I would say roll 2d20.
Gotcha. Thank
you. You only can hold up to how many pounds in the bag of holding?
500. 500.
So the max you get in the bag of holding, I would say, is 3.
These should be malnourished people, though. These are people who are struggling.
I think
they
3
or maybe 5.
90 to 100 pounds.
I think
3 to 5.
I'll say 4. You make a compelling argument.
I think one more note is I would be checking with Zark, because if he's thinking about a captain of the guard position, I'd want to make sure that he's good with the people we're bringing in too.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put it out to the people that also obviously that Ashtar doesn't really have a need for a town guard anymore, do they?
Nope.
So I go and look for the displaced town guardsmen that might be around and offer them a job.
Go to roll perception check there, Zark.
All right. Wait. Okay. 26.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to find enough to make up a town's guard and bring people into your town as well. And you'd be able to send them on the way to Dragonfall to the east. Is there anything else that you'd like to do during this first month, party of 3?
That's kind of it. Just helping people as we can, as we find them. And fighting people if they need to be fought.
You also find a number of creatures. You do fight a group of Minotaur as well, wild Minotaur. Some point during your adventures, you stop a stampede of elephants and other savanna wildlife that are trampling a settlement as people try to rebuild. You have quite an adventurous time. Kellen, what are you doing during your first month?
Well, it's going to take me just over 2 months to craft all of this stuff.
So,
So
the
for
first 2 months you're in Dragonfall doing crafty things?
Yes, and I'm also what?
I
was just gonna
say I'm helping, and
right.
there's a bit of RP that I would like to get done between myself and Kelwyn over these 2 months.
No, go
Sure.
ahead. You can do that now.
I have one other thing to add. Just that Kelwyn is developing I don't know what to call it, like a plan for like a community program, ways to teach, especially like impoverished people, orphans, just people that don't have a lot of money. He's coming up with this program, this like education thing to help teach them skills, and he's just like working out details and how to make that happen.
That's a great jump-in point.
Okay.
So as you're drawing out, plans, Ember comes up behind you for a good 3 or 4 minutes while you're drawing and planning. That looks like it could fit on the
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it could fit in the Tower of the Arcane that we're building here. It looks like it could fit right here as a West Wing.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I want to be able to teach people more than magic. We're gonna need all kinds of craftsmen and merchants and things as well. So being able to teach other skills like farming and metalworking and things like that would also be.
What? You mean like smithing?
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
That's where I started. I was a smith's apprentice.
No, I didn't.
I know my figure's not built for it, but that's where I started.
That's pretty cool.
Owen,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you figured out who you are yet?
I think it's still a process, but I know who I would like to be.
You know who you were.
Mm-hmm.
Is who you would like to be better.
Yeah. My motivations before were scattered. A lot of it was just based on receiving payment or loyalty to the people I worked with who weren't always good people.
What is your motivation now then?
I want to make the world a better place than I found it, especially now, after all of this destruction and chaos. I've started just a little bit to have the chance to try to work with some of the families I've affected by my previous life. And I feel like giving them more than they had is the best thing that I could do. it's not about, well, it's a little bit about me. I don't want to feel terrible forever, but I genuinely want to share the knowledge that I have, give other people opportunities to increase their knowledge and try to, I guess, make the world better.
Hey DM, do I believe him?
Roll an insight check.
Oh no. Okay.
You know, my darsh.
Oh no. I dropped like 3 dice on my floor.
What
Those
if
don't
I
count.
gave him a flash of genius on this?
Oh yes, please.
Would that just be like me trying to be more open and just, I'm a book?
I mean,
Let me help you trust me a little more.
Yeah.
Slips in a $20 bill.
give me a flash of genius. You got like what, 5 a day?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an extra plus 5.
Okay, and that is insight. Are you giving me the plus 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. 24.
He is being very truthful. He has never been more honest in his life.
Oh, good.
Now I will say one thing that I'm still figuring out. I feel like there is still value in the skills that I learned before.
There are.
The difference is now how I use them.
Exactly. I was about to say that. It's how you use them, because Jack has a similar set of skills and he uses them in fairly productive manners. However, I do want to offer you a position. I run the school now. The school that I guess we are building here. So I get to make all the decisions. I would like you to be the head mechanical professor.
I think I could do that.
Or your dad. I haven't decided yet.
He did teach me everything I know.
Exactly. One of you two, whoever's up to the job, would like
Sure.
to offer that position.
Sure.
And I do want you to know that I will probably never forgive you for the things that you've done.
Honestly, I don't know if I'll fully ever be able to forgive myself either. But yeah. Sorry.
But that does mean that we know where we are on equal footing, and I know what you did, and I know who you are now, and I can say that I trust you enough to offer you this position, which should be enough, I think.
I mean, that means a lot to me. I look up to you as a role model.
You shouldn't do that. You should not do that. You should find better role models.
None of us make the right decision every time. I just mean that you're incredibly smart, and I know you're trying to do your best to help the world.
Anyway,
And yeah.
um, you never met him, did you?
Not traditionally. I mean, like most
You know
of my previous
Okay.
life, I learned about him, but I didn't know him. Not like any of you would have known him.
Fair. I am planning something to go see his parents.
Okay.
If you want to come, you can. I'm not advising you to come, but if you want to, you can. And I'll get back to forging our sending stones.
Okay.
All right.
So Ember and Calvin, thank you for your first month update. Zescu, what are you doing during your first month? Same your now.
So the first thing that Tizescu is going to do is take this reliquary and return it to that one church that he borrowed it from.
I'll be real honest, I didn't expect some hotshot young cleric to return something like this.
You said you would hunt me down if I didn't return it, so I figured that I would return it in good time.
It's been a while since I've been on a good hunt. Are you alright?
Yes, I suffered from a bit of a wound.
Just gonna like immediately take your index finger and thumb and like jerk you up by your chin and like take a closer look at you. She's gonna roll a natural 20 on her medicine check.
Yikes.
It's like a plus 12 too. So.
You know who your grandparents are based on the shape of your nose.
This isn't going away. I'm afraid
Say that again?
that
It's not going
this
away.
is even beyond my own skill.
Oh. That's unfortunate. I thought it would heal after a while. Maybe with some magic, but I'll be fine.
Let's hope so.
That being said, though, I have a lot of business to attend to.
Sure you do.
Be good. And Yuzescu's going to take his leave.
Okay. What else has Yuzescu done during his first month?
So, it's going to have a so at this point, Dragonfell isn't finished, so the chapel, the religious district, the churches don't exist yet, right?
No. So everything is the masons and the carpenters are arriving and getting started, but this is just the first month out of 3 it takes to complete the town.
Okay, so first thing of business, Yuzescu is going to pursue Elith for a private talk about his project.
She's in the Seraphel Federation during her first month.
During this month, okay. So Yuzescu would then probably go to Kelwyn to discuss the armor.
Okay. You discuss the armor with Kelwyn, the possibilities. For the sake of this, Kelwyn, make an intelligence check.
I get an advantage because I'm also working with him.
Yeah.
And I also had a bit of a note regarding the armor, actually, Kelwyn. And this is
I'll give myself Flash of Genius on that.
That was with advantage, right?
Yeah, so
Oof.
14 plus my 5, 19.
What was your question he's asking you regarding the armor?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said hold it.
No,
You asked me-
No,
what
what
was
was
it?
it?
What
Right,
was your
right, right.
question?
Yeah. So anyway, so in regards to the armor, I did ask for it to be very heavy in terms of its durability. Though
Sure.
Yuzescu's going to kind of show his arm. You'll see his arm is a bit maybe like
Fucked.
Yeah, it's not exactly like scarred up or anything. He looks a little bit gaunt physically. In my training, I may have suffered a bit of a physical detriment. I am unable to wear extremely heavy armor that may require you to be of a bulkier physique. If I'm going to be wearing a very good armor, there's going to need to be a bit of a compromise between durability and how light the armor would be, unless we could use a very durable and light material.
Okay.
Something that wouldn't require a lot of physical strength to function.
So based on your
Yeah.
intelligence, Calvin, you wouldn't be able to get through this first month, but you know it'd be a very difficult task. For one, you don't have enough ore to make an armor out of the Stygian iron. You don't really have the forge with the flames required
Not yet,
to
yeah.
smelt it. And also, you have no experience with Stygian. You don't know what alloys it could make, what properly works with. This would be a long shot as far as using the armor would go, as using the Stygian ore would go. Essentially, all of your checks while making it would be with disadvantage.
Yeah. It may be possible. It would be very tricky. We're probably gonna need some more ore to make it really work, but we can see what we can do with what we've got.
If anything, me and Ember could maybe do some plane hopping and get some material.
Yeah. Now, I have another possibility to suggest. This wouldn't necessarily help with you being familiar with heavier armor, but with a little more study, I can infuse a belt of giant strength.
Oh. That would have worked, I
In
suppose,
fact,
though it seems like it'd be overkill. Maybe.
A little, though you are also... No, you're not really a melee fighter, are you?
No. I use almost exclusively spells. Though I have this, and he's actually going to pull out his trident. But I've never really stabbed anybody with it, seeing as, again, it's going to show his gaunt arm.
Right.
Very little strength in here. If I were to stab something, it'd be horrible.
And I will say, it's up to you. It's something to consider. The downside may be developing a dependency on it, because without it, your strength is considerably less. But it's also something I may be able to do. I've actually increased my stamina as far as the number of infusions I can maintain at once, and have been trying to decide on what additional infusion I want to study, and so I still have some flexibility in what I can do with that. I could choose something like that belt. I'm still making some considerations.
Right. So maybe the belt could be a bit of a plan B, because as things are, I feel like that would be a bit of extra work. But if it's really that difficult to meet that requirement, maybe we could do that. But also,
there are other things we may be able to do to increase the likelihood. I mean, once we have the forge up and running, that will help. If we were able to obtain more material, that would help. I mean, those are, there's still a couple of other things, but those are kind of two big things, right? Especially right now. So, you know, it's all things to consider. I'm happy to work on this project. All I want is to be able to use what I've learned to help other people. So we can figure it out.
Well, with the forge being constructed now, suppose all we can do is get those materials. Ember,
Yes, hello.
if you'd be willing to, like I said, go mining over in the Shadowfell with me, I would be up for that for sure. And on another topic, Ember, actually, could you help me make some other materials for my project? I think it'd be very helpful.
Maybe. If we're going mining, I can take you and 7 other people. It might be worthwhile gathering several people who actually know how to mine.
An expedition, then.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just
we could gather some.
One day mine an expedition to the place where we picked up the ore for Jack's scythe, or the 20 pounds that you have there.
Right. But yeah, also, would you be willing to go into some other planes, maybe?
That very much depends on what plane and for what purpose.
Gehenna.
For what purpose?
There is a particular material there that I'm very interested in, and if I were to harvest it, it would be very helpful in our future.
And we're not going into any of the cities or any of the local patrols?
We shouldn't have to leave the river to Lagathos, actually. It'll be a quick job. In and out.
You say that, but that quick job is at minimum 24 hours.
How so?
I can only plane shift us. Oh, you can plane shift too.
I can. So, you can teleport us in, and grab whatever we need, and then immediately leave.
Okay. You know what? I've got some time. Give me 3 days, and then I can take you on your mining expedition. In those 3 days, gather up every miner you possibly can, or gather the 7 best miners you can find.
Right. I'll do so. And then after that, quick trip to Gehenna, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Amazing. Looking forward to it. So, well, yes, in the meantime, I suppose that's what I'll be doing. And then, after that, actually, Izescu's going to take his leave. And then he's going to look for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, hey, what have you been up to?
Okay. So Sam actually has been divining the nature of his affliction. Specifically, looking through the list of spells available through Wish to find out the best one, seeing how he has no clue who would know the answer, so the best one for it is Legend Lore. It brings to mind all lore. It pertains to a legendary figure. Given the whole help slay the dragon as member of the champions, he's going to assume that he is in fact legendary. The more information you know about the subject, the more it gives you. And it's, his entire life is a plethora of information. It can be couched in oddly worded language or poetry, and he's just going to be trying to pay attention to any clues that might give him to where he could, cast Commune the next day, or if it might just outright give him the right answer.
That sounds pretty incredible, actually. Did you think of that all yourself? You didn't ask Ember for help or anything?
I'm thinking he would have. Right, because he can emulate any 8th level spell or below does not necessarily mean he knows every 8th level spell or below. Yeah, he'll actually. He's asking you. You're a diviner, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know of like the best deity to ask about my situation?
Ooh, deities. I'm not particularly one that knows a lot about multiple gods, mainly my own, and I know about how to obtain strength through the arts of magic from my own god. I'm not particularly good at that. I believe, though, that Ember may be able to help you with that. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to all things magic, which may extend into deities. Though, besides the point, I'm here on business, right? I have a proposition.
Yeah.
Right, so I was wondering if you could help me construct a bit of a, let's call it a vessel. Right.
Okay.
So,
what
do you remember that
do you need
thing?
the vessel to do?
Nothing. I just need to create a glass container, right? I'd like to. And bit of a tricky thing in regards to it. It would be very helpful, because I've seen you do this before, if you could use your lightning magic to create this vessel.
I mean, sure. We'll go buy some glassblower supplies so that we don't do it with our ghetto supplies.
Right. Last time we did it, it was a bit more rudimentary, but
The janky wooden straw.
yeah,
The janky wooden straw, yes.
I think with our current resources, we can make a very nice container. That'd be very helpful.
Right? Yeah, Sam will actually go ahead and buy that, seeing how people keep asking him to do this type of stuff. And then he'll go ahead and he'll make some glass for Huzescu.
Nice. All right. Appreciate it, Sam. And while I don't know very much about the gods, I am very skilled with divination. I could maybe help you out if you need some help anytime soon. As thanks.
That would be appreciated, yes. Like, God. What types of questions can you ask when you cast your divination?
So that would depend on the spell. I could cast divination, right? Very generic spell where I can ask any question and then it will receive an answer, but it may be coded in strange phrasing and maybe indecipherable. Though I could cast a much higher spell called Commune, which can answer any yes or no question with utmost precision. Though I'm not sure if there exists any stronger divination than that for that type of.
I think the lower one might actually be a better one because we can ask for, hey, what type of spell would be able to resolve my situation or something to that effect.
I think personally that it would be a good idea to incorporate both because if there's anything we need to confirm between our theories, Commune would do that. So I believe
Sure.
it'd be very good.
Sure, that'll work.
Well, best be off then. I have some more work to attend to.
All right, let me know when you have those answers.
No problem. Yeah, Yuzescu will head off, and so Elith is with Jack and Zark, right? Yeah,
Right.
off in the Bennett thing. So I think at this point, Yuzescu will follow along.
Okay.
And go with them.
And as we continue our first month in our 3-month time warp, that is where we're going to take our mid-session break. So everybody, we are going to take a quick little break here as we continue on with the session. Not a whole lot of action, but really important things are being discussed. Lore dumps. We love
I
it.
have a feeling this whole session is going to be lore dumps because we got so much more to go over. Oh my goodness.
And that's okay sometimes.
It is. It really is.
So, we will see you all soon. But first, a message from our very own creative director, Noah.
Huh? It's just a jump to the left and then a step to the right.
We'll do that again sometime.
We'll do that again sometime. I wanted to let you all know that we absolutely archive our episodes like good little streamers. And you can find us on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, come find us on Twitch. We do this live. And also, if you're listening to us on any of our podcast streams, wherever you get your podcasts, we see you. And we're so happy to accompany you wherever you are. Keep washing those dishes.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in so far. It's seen about 20 minutes. You're back.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome back, everyone. He paused too. All right, well, continuing on with our first month of hiatus in the campaign. Sam, what has Sam done during his first month?
Well, first off, he spends the first couple of days collaborating with Ember to do divination to see what's up with his wild magic and what can be done to fix that. He then fixes it, disappears for a couple days, comes back. He offers to help with the demolition of the keep, which is going to be a bit of a light show, and it involves meteors. Great.
Did you just casually fix your wild magic? Is that what you said?
He fixes it, disappears for a couple of days, right? And then comes back. If there's any fallout, he hasn't talked about it.
Yes, he casually fixed his wild magic.
Super cash.
Super casual. Okay. Once that's done, he can go around to where they're planning to plant crops and such, and he's going to enliven that land so that it gets double the food back. He will also be going about doing various other magic-y tasks in order to make creating the town easier on people.
Hey. Thank you so much, Sam. Tyler, you did mention during the break that you want to revisit Ember, so yeah, let's go ahead and finish out your first month.
Yeah, so for his first month, so he's gonna have that conversation with Kelwyn. He's going to create his own simulacrum. So you've got two Embers running around. One of them will basically the simulacrum is gonna be there.
As if one wasn't bad enough.
The simulacrum is there. He's not going to use any spell slots ever unless he absolutely needs to. Like, life or death situation, he's going to use spell slots. But basically, he's going to act as Ember in the stead of Ember, but he's going to help in the construction of the city. We're gonna get sending stones with Kelwyn. Kelwyn's going to help make us sending stones. One is for like daily reports. So the assumption is Ember Simulacrum Ember works as Ember proxy, right? So he can do all of Ember's political duties without Ember actually having to be there. Also, setting up clones, like that's probably going to take a bit. And he's gonna try and find Aiden, using various scrying methods and is not able to find Aiden, but then he's also going to try and find Denton's parents, which he will find, and he will notify everybody in the group that he found Denton's parents and he plans to go visit them, and he's going to inform them of the specific day that he's going to go see them so that he can join, or so that they can join him to go see Denton's family.
Okay. Anything else for Ember's first month?
Just some political stuff. He's got some ideas about yeah, he's never mind. That'll be month 2.
Okay. Shada, after the dealings with Lumiscon, what else has Shada done for his first month?
Well, Shada would have headed back to Dragonfall to while also talking with Flint about how to get his friend from the astral plane.
Okay. Anything else for his first month, or?
Hey, as we're heading back, we should go to the Mercantilia Station of Thorm. We should go see your mom. You should go that way. Flint is going to literally try and budge him in the direction of Thorm.
I planned on having Ember teleport us there.
Yeah, but no, let's go.
It'll take a while.
Yeah, but he is busy. Let's go.
Is he? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's go.
All right.
He grabs him by the whiskers. Flint grabs him by the whiskers one time.
I'm gonna be honest. If Flint grabbed Shada by the whiskers, Shada's throwing punches.
All right. No, that's fine. Flint grabs him by the whiskers one time. I need to see my dog.
Jesus, fuck off. Jeez. All right, we're gonna go to Thorm. I need to tell Elith.
And then I'll just follow whatever Shada does from that point.
Yeah, if we hadn't in that case before they leave, he would ask Eula to tell Elith that they're heading to Thorm.
Okay. Did we miss anybody for the first month?
Sorry, I have one question. I missed that last part real quick. For the entire first month, I'm with Jack dealing with the situation, right?
Right.
So, okay, perfect. That works. Gracias.
Okay. Month 2. In terms of like updates where you guys are, I would say that you have traveled from Heladrin to Ashtar to Retrina to Yorkin within the Seervale Federation, and been able to traverse all the cities, doing what you have been doing. From there, party of 3, Zark, Elif, and Jack, what would you like to do for your second month?
I'd like to make sure they, if anyone's interested, I'd like to recruit riders to spread the word that we're setting things up where we are, and to invite more if they're looking for a place. Yeah, and at that point, we can start to head back east. Unless we get a message saying that Shada wants to meet up with Elif at Thorm.
Yeah, which you would have.
Okay. Well, we can start heading back east. I have business, I think, at Sirendale. We can head back there, and then head back to the Cape from there. Might take a little while. Or we could, I suppose, send a message back as soon as we get the check-in from Ember to teleport us back to the Cape.
Just every day he gives you a check-in saying
Yeah.
how the keep is going, like how the city is going, like the buildings, like everything's going up
It's good.
way
It's-
faster than normal.
It's gone well according to plan over here as well. I think we should have quite a good number of people heading our way, ready to build a new life. Good people too, capable people, craftspeople, healers.
Can I make a
Farmers.
roll on how good the people are that are coming into our town?
I had a 33 in persuasion. Yeah, up to you though.
Roll an insight check with disadvantage because you haven't quite met these people. You're just going off of Jack's
Alright.
word.
Oh no, no. I'm not gonna do that because specifically Ember is sticking around the town specifically to meet the people between him and his simulacrum like persona and like the vet
So
people.
you're
coming
referring to the
into
people
town.
coming that are already arriving. Okay, so at this
Yes.
point, not a whole lot of people would have arrived. Just a few, but you can make an insight check for those who have arrived.
Okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood. As far as
Yeah.
Timelines go.
I'll communicate that we're ready to try to teleport back to the keep, unless anyone. I'll look to the right.
18.
No.
Seem to be good people.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe hang out for about a day and I can come get you.
Oh, works for me. We've got some training to do still, and we'll spend the rest of that night just making sure people are safe and setting up any riders if anyone's interested in spreading the word for us and heading back there the long way.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll give Elith and Zark the good news. Tell them how much I appreciate having them along. Done a lot of good work. Thank you for coming with me on this.
And I will comment about how fun it was.
Yeah, you got a lot of bodies.
Yes. And
They deserved it though.
it's-
Yeah, they had it coming.
I would, Elif, if you cast Dance Macabre every day, I would say you have about 10 zombies currently working with you.
how long do those last? Do they just stay alive forever?
Until they die, if I'm correct.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Dance Macarena.
The older ones are. There's definitely an odor to them. Yeah.
Also,
You'll get to see Gary again.
I'm excited for that too. I am a little conflicted though still about whether I should bring him to Dragonfall or not.
Where do you think he should be?
Well, I feel like he should maybe be with other dwarves, but I also feel like maybe he should be with me and us. He could learn a lot from our group and the college in Dragonfall.
I agree. I think we'd be safe.
Yeah.
What would he get from living with dwarves that he wouldn't get from living with us?
Maybe a cultural thing, a sense of I mean, I'm sure we'll have a sense of community, but it's different, you know. We're very blended. We're inviting people, you know, just to better their lives and better the city. Symbiotic relationship, if you will.
Yeah. And I think beyond that, it's if the lad's there, then you're there. Right? You're invested.
Right.
Not that I would doubt that you would be, but I suppose it would mean that you're really committed to staying there.
Yes. Dragonfall is my home now, which is actually pretty cool because I didn't really have one. I mean, there was Katarin and then Iosh, but this is a real, like, steady place, you know?
Yeah. I'd be good to fix the roofs, but I'm liking this idea. Part of me is wondering if I want to hit the road. Probably will, once in a while, but... yeah. Time to settle down.
Zark, is there anything you'd like to do for your second month?
Not particularly. So maybe like toward month 3, I might try to go home since I'll only be there a couple days anyway. So
Okay, Aleph.
Yeah, so once we get back to Dragonfall, for the second month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that at the end of the month or the beginning?
Towards the beginning. You have the majority of the month ahead of you.
Perfect. So I'm assuming that we have a bulletin board set up. You know.
You would.
I'm gonna go ahead and set up my poster. And, you know, it's just a nice little poster. Nothing much to it. Then, honestly, after that, I don't really have a lot that I want to do. Other than helping out around, I can't build very well, but I can try. You know? Stuff like that.
I feel like that poster might be something to the effect of "Corpses wanted will pay gold."
No, so the poster itself is it's like a butcher shop coupon almost, you know? But it has a border around it, and the border looks like a solid line, right? But if you look really close, it's actually letters. And in that border, that's where like messages would be. So there's some meta knowledge for y'all.
So as Elf, has recruited people during Zeroville, taking these bandits and either raising them from the dead or eldritch blasting them, she's gained a reputation known as the Lady of Death among the number of these people, and not so much in a disrespectful way. They're fearful, but there is respect for her overall as well, as there are for both Jack and Zark, as they continue to recruit these people as like heroes of the people rather than of the state.
Yeah. That's fire, dog.
Yeah, eventually, the name Lady of Death just turns to Lady Death, and you drop the word "of" overall.
Lady Death.
I was gonna say I need a title. I
God.
need something to go on.
Too good. I would add that I at this point also head north and bring Zark with me too if he wants to come, unless he wants to set up the town guard where he is. But
I was actually gonna say like spend a couple days starting to get everything set up for that.
Cool. I want to check out how the elven refugees are doing, the ones who disappeared into the Aeolian forest, and if there's anyone who'd like to join us as well. But I'm happy to do that. So
you'll continue to do that for the second month? All right. Who do I want to go to? Eventually, Elf will make her way to Thorm as well, with Ember teleporting her there during the second month. Okay. Ember.
I think Flint and Shada went there during our second months.
Right. Okay. So that is towards the middle of the end of the second month when you guys all arrive at Thorm, or those three arrive at Thorm. Kelvin, what is Kelvin doing?
Well, he doesn't have a lot of anything specific on his mind other than like helping get the city built and crafting.
Okay.
He should actually be able to do both. The working on the magical items requires like 8 hours of work a day. But that should still leave time for like helping out with the city. He just learned the fabricate spell, so he could help with building and stuff like that. I think when Ember asked whoever wanted to go see Denton's parents, he would have been very conflicted, but probably would have wanted to do that. So everything else is kind of a little bit reactionary to what everyone else is doing at this point, other than like construction and crafting.
Yep. At this point, the city is starting to look more like a city. Walls are being constructed. They are starting to get, the wood part of the structure is done. The market is starting to be completed. The roads are still, coming along, the cobblestone roads that you all paid for. But the market district and the docks are nearly finished, with shopkeepers moving in and building their own places of business. It's just overall, it's starting to grow. People are starting to arrive, hearing of the city ran by the champions, the one who defeated Veskar the Insatiable, so on and so forth. I would say that during the second month is when Ember and Huzescu go on their little mining expedition.
Also, the second month is when I would want to gather up everybody to go on to the clear out the mine flares expedition.
Yeah. Right.
We'll join for that.
Okay, so before you guys move to Thorm, you do manage to make your way back down to just keep things orderly to Tierstone, where you clear out the mind flayers, the ones who infected and killed Lumiscon. It's quite the exciting adventure where you manage to recruit some Gith to help you clear out a lot of them while you take on the main fight, Frida Vogenschlau and her experiments, along with another terrifying beast that you hope to not face but end up defeating anyway. And that is something that we will be covering in a one-shot in the next few months. Yes, that is something that happens indeed.
That giant snail was a bit much, I thought.
Giant snail, gotta write that
Horrifying.
down.
Giant snail.
Also, during the second month, between the first and second month, Ember would like to do a thing, which is go through all the ex-ministers' archives, anything that they had written down, any of their personal effects, trying to figure out any of their secrets, specifically Lenore Valine, who told me she knew where a person I was seeking was, and find that person, bring them back if they are willing, and introduce them to Sam.
So the minister possessions, a lot of the stuff that was kept secret, you guys are already aware of. You're aware that the original Emperor Varley was a dying gold dragon beneath the palace. The stuff going on in Tierstone, and a number of other just overall poor things that they've been doing, rather than the reason why there hasn't been very many homeless people is because they would take them and either throw them in prisons or give them to the mind flayers, because it took care of their problem. It kept their image up. A number of embezzlement and things from more wealthy lords and ladies as well. And Lord Runstan would have helped you, or rather your Silver Akram, clean that up. You do learn that the construct that you're looking for, the Warforged, is in fact one of the Divine Five from the Sekhmet Theocracy. He would not be willing to leave his duty as one of the knights of the Theocracy.
I would very much like to talk with him, though.
Yeah, so after you get everybody to Thorm, I'll say that you travel to the Sekhmet Theocracy as Ember.
Okay, so after Thorm. Okay.
RO134. Did you want to roleplay that, or did you want to say that you speak to him?
I want to roleplay that, but I want to do that in order. And if we're going to Thorm first, I think there's our yeah.
Okay. All right. So, who all is going to be in Thorm? Ember, Flint, Shada, Elif. Jack, are you going to Thorm or are you going to the forest?
At this point, I think I'm going into the Iolian forest while they go to Thorm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zark is staying home. Huzescu,
Yeah, I'm staying back.
So, with Huzescu going with Jack's group to help with the bandits, could he have gone to Thorm?
No, there wouldn't be enough time between you leaving and joining them. But if you want to go now, you can.
Yeah, I'll go to Thorm. I'll also be tinkering with those glass blower supplies in my free time.
Okay. So Huzescu, are you going to Thorm or what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you all are arriving at Thorm using the teleportation circle that Deluni Jadetite, the head of the Jadetite clan and magic casters of the Nation of Thorm, gave to Ember during session 52, like over 50 sessions ago.
Forever ago.
And you all arrive in Thorm mostly together.
Is there anybody around us immediately?
No.
And we are in the Jadetite city, right?
Their section of the city, specifically their library.
All right. Just shut up. We'll look around. Oh boy. He's not here. Flynn, he's at my mother's house.
Yeah, but he has real good hearing.
Oh, I don't think it's that good.
Oh my goodness, what is that yelling? It is so early in the morning. Oh. Flint, stop. Stay before and wearing just a robe, but not a magic caster robe, just like a bathrobe, is the lineage Jadetite.
Oh, it's good to see you, Deluni.
Oh. Give me a second.
You might want to fix yourself.
I'm sorry that I was not prepared for company arriving in my library so early in the morning.
Sorry about that.
She's gonna grab her staff, like reach out her hand, her staff's gonna fly to her hand, and she's gonna tap it on the ground, and like just with a burst of sparks and smoke, she'll be in her formal wear.
We did have some insistence. Sugar cane!
Flint, I really think you should stop. We'll see sugarcane, believe me.
Mm-hmm. It'll happen.
Elif?
Yeah, I would like to immediately kind of like leave.
Okay.
And I have a quick question outside of like when we were here and the orphanage suffered the accident, where was that orphanage?
That would be in the land of the clanless dwarves.
And how far away is that from?
They're on the bottom levels of the city.
So it would take a while?
Like I saw 30 minutes of walking. But since then they've been made into their own clan and they nominate their leader. But you can go there to the ruins.
Find Gari first.
Alright, so that would be at the Copperstone Chateau.
On my way.
Yeah, we're gonna head there anyway.
Everybody else is going. Okay.
I'm gonna go with everyone. I'm not leaving. I take it back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, Deluni, I just returned to Thorm with my friends here after.
I have eyes, Shada.
Yeah, but we need to make our way back to my home.
Take the mine carts.
All right. You don't have to be like that. I get it's early in the morning. My bad.
So sorry.
All right, we'll be seeing you, and then Shadow will head to the minecarts with the rest of the party, or whoever's there.
Yeah. So the mine carts, if you remember, are quite fast. I'm going like at full speed, 100 miles an hour. But you're within the city, so they don't quite get there. But soon enough, you make it to the Copperstone section of the city, and in the top level where the massive estate known as the Copperstone Chateau is. Immediately after walking to the ground, the door is open, and this massive slobbering dog comes barreling out and just immediately knocks over Flint.
Oh, hey, baby! Oh, how are you? Are you a good puppy? Are you a good puppy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
This mastiff puppy. It is a huge dog, as far as dogs go. I heard you're shouting from across the city.
Good.
Stepping out
Sorry,
is Maria Copperstone, lady of the Copperstone clan. Shada, welcome home. She's gonna hold her arms out and like lift up her, like tilt her head to the side and up to motion for you to give her a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, Shadow will go in for a hug and do so. So it's good to see you, Ma.
And then she's gonna slap you and be like, "How dare you make me worry? Your own mother."
Well, I'm here now, aren't I?
A little bit too late. I already am having food made. Don't worry. Come on in, everybody. You're always welcome here.
Okay.
Yeah.
As good as mine. Flint says that in a low whisper.
So, what brings you all the way back home?
Sugarcane.
Yes.
Well, that answers his question, his part of the question. But I've been a little homesick.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and I do believe I should be spending some time here. But there's also news I have to give as well.
Well, have a seat. And we can talk.
Of course.
Elif, I believe that there's somebody who's just upstairs in the first room on the left of the right hallway who might be excited to see you.
Then if you'll excuse me, I have someone I have to meet. And she's gonna kind of go run off. So excited. So excited. And it was the left door in the right hall.
First left door on the right hall. Yep.
Understood.
Sitting down around the breakfast table. So, what is this news that you have traveled halfway across the world to share?
Well, as you might know, Lumiscan was captured by the Empire a while back, and we did retrieve him, but he became ill, and Lumiscan passed away.
As he's saying this, I'm flavoring all their food to be the best food they've ever tasted.
I see. That is awfully sad to hear.
It is. We took care of.
Oh, 1 second. Sam, dear, we use napkins in this house. You're not gonna catch fire, don't worry. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, we also took care of the people who made him that way. Made Lumiscon sick as he was.
Yeah,
It
we
wasn't-
fucked him up.
It wasn't a normal sickness.
Figure as much. Seeing that it cannot be solved with such talented healers in your group.
Sadly.
Everybody looks at you, Saskia.
But with the sad news aside, I do believe I should probably make an appearance as the Lord Copperstone. Probably would only make sense since I've, not done so in quite some time.
I think everybody understands, as after all, you were the one who brought honor back to our clan after what your father has done, by slaying the leader of the dragons that attacked our country. Ago. I'm proud of you, son.
Thank you, Mom.
Elif, you enter Gari's room, and there he's getting ready for his meal, wearing traditional clothing of the Copperstone clan. You look at you, get all excited. You're here.
Yes. And I'm gonna give him a hug.
I'll
Very
give you a
helpful.
big old hug back, like around your, just like right at your the level of your thighs, like not quite at your hip, but not quite at your knee.
I'll have to like bend down, but yeah.
I have been
It's
learning
good.
so much magic from Lady Jadeite, and I've been reading books, and I've been doing all sorts of tricks and learn spells, and I don't know where my spell book is right now, but I've been learning a lot.
Do you like it here?
It's okay. I mean I do miss you a lot. I miss Flint's cooking.
Yeah. I miss you too. And I wanted to visit you and take you home if you would like to come with me.
I get to go back to Catarin?
No, actually, we are setting up our own town. So we got a big payment from the government for what we did. And we're using that to kind of fund this whole project. So you're gonna have your own space, a place to study. We're setting up the college. It's the town is gonna be called Dragonfall.
Do I get a new room? It's gonna be bigger than my last one?
I believe that is possible.
Okay. I'll come home.
Okay. Are you ready for your meal? Or do you need more time?
I'm ready.
Alright, then come with me. Let's go back.
So at this point, the just plates of this bacon and eggs are being put down on the table. Breads with various jams. It is a very heart attack breakfast is the best way to describe it, because these are as much as they can fry and hearty meals. Elther joins all of you. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss here, or?
I have a request.
Okay.
I know you've recently been attacked, and you need to rebuild here. But our city could sure use some Dwarven architecture. If you wouldn't mind sparing a dozen or so builders and architects.
But for the most part, it was not our clan that suffered the attacks. In fact, it was the almighty Goldhammers that had most of their mines.
Oh, well,
Brought this
fuck
trouble.
them.
Indeed, indeed. Well said. She's gonna waste her glass of wine too. I will send many of our clan members. Expect them to arrive by the end of the month.
I would
What is-
also like to mention something real quick. And I mean, Shada, I guess I'm addressing you as well, since
All right.
you are Lord Copperstone. But I believe trade routes between Thorm and Dragonfall could be incredibly beneficial.
I mean, this will most likely be done. I mean, our city is a port city, so that
Right.
should be easily
But
done.
right,
The
but there's a
girl
lot of
only makes
technicalities.
sense. She only makes sense here. Like, we are the closest port city to any Dwarven outpost.
And the fun part is that we can negotiate our tax contracts with our different trading partners, to the degree that we feel is necessary. So, there's a benefit to negotiating. You could pay less for having your goods imported. Save you a little bit of money for a little bit of bullshit. These are some things to think about for the future as we are still setting up, but think about that.
I do not speak for the Copperstones when the leader of our clan himself is sitting at the table.
Yeah. Sorry to go off topic for a moment, but speaking of which, where's Uncle?
He would be at the tower.
That makes a whole lot of sense. I've left a lot to him.
Oh, he's handling it fine. I mean, hasn't had a heart attack in the last 10 years. I think he'll be fine.
Oh, that's good news. Yeah, I mean, I was also thinking of possibly talking to, our new king in, the Empire about setting up an embassy in Thorm. Not in Thorm, in Dragonfall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have to bring it up still. Not too used to, all the, diplomacy stuff yet.
I think in the times of the great tragedy that this world has faced these past few months, all those separate nations, we are closer than we have ever been before. As much tragedy brings.
Yeah. I guess that would be true.
I have a question for Ember.
Yes.
When are we returning back to Dragonfall after this visit?
Well, give me about 8 hours of sleep, and I can go whenever.
You all will be leaving before me. I do have a problem.
Honestly, I could get us there right now.
Oh, yeah, then...
I'm sorry, that cut out.
No, we heard you.
But by all means, Sam, if you can take us there now, please do. But I do think, Flint was, very insistent on his dog, I guess.
Yeah, you can, like I said, I'm gonna be staying here for a while until, I'm done with the project I'm working on. Being home will help me figure some things out, clear my head a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that, Sam, maybe we could hold off on going home for a couple hours. I wanted to take a walk with Gari real quick. Just
That works.
this time.
Well, you're more than welcome to use our account for any spa treatments or stays in our wonderful bathhouses here in Cobblestone District.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Now, speaking of which, I am do for a fitting. So I will be leaving. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do in Thorm at the moment?
Shadow's gonna catch up with his uncle at the tower, and it's not something we necessarily have to roleplay. But
Okay.
but yeah, Shadow's going to after that, and if everybody, just saying this beforehand, once everybody like leaves, Shadow's still gonna be there, and he's going to be kind of isolating himself and spending most of his time in the forge at his home.
Okay.
Making his next big project.
Okay. Elif, your walk with Gari.
Yeah, so I wanted to go ahead and head down to the district that has become independent, the previously unnamed. And I would like to go visit the ruins of the orphanage.
Yeah, since you've last visited Thorm, it has the orphanage has not been rebuilt, but rather a kind of a monument to those that died there in that freak accident that no one knows what happened. Has been built.
What was that last part?
It's just been built. There's a monument there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to just look around the monument, sit there, and just kind of think about my experience. That experience.
What are we doing here?
Reminiscing a little.
As you two sit there, after about 20 minutes, he goes, "Who's that man over there watching us?"
I look over.
This is a very busy district. There are people walking to across multiple paths, and as people pass, like further in the distance, you make out a man wearing robes. His face is gaunt and shriveled. Upon his head is a crown. And as you kind of as each person passes, pieces of his flesh seem to disappear as your vision loses sight of him for just a moment, until like it's just a completely skeletal face with these two glowing eyes with these green flames within the sockets of the skull. And he smiles. And as another person passes, he's gone. You recognize him to be previously known as Archmage Bullen Frail.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. That. Okay. Okay. That's an old friend.
He was scary.
I think it's time we go. You know, I know. And here's the thing. A lot of the things I do are very scary, Gari. But I will never let anyone harm you, and I will never let anyone interfere with the life that you want to live. Alright?
Do you think Mr. Alfraxius knows more about him?
We can ask. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be really excited to know that I saw him here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then right before we leave, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a little wooden token at the monument. And on this token, I've carved a rune of Orcus that I've kind of like accumulated myself. I made myself as kind of an offering, kind of like a memorial piece. And I'm out.
They always return to the scene of the crime.
They do.
Is there anything else that anybody would like to roleplay in Thorn before you leave in the following days?
Morotan making horrible glass blowing creations.
Okay.
Nobody can tell what they are, even him.
So as we conclude the second month, is there anything else that anybody would like to add?
So, I actually have a question pertaining to that.
Okay.
So at this point, would we have me and Ember and the mining expedition and the trip to Gehenna? Have we done all that by now?
That would have happened at the beginning of this month. Or it can happen at
Right.
the end. I don't necessarily mind either way, whatever you two would prefer.
Yeah,
feel like
end
it's
of
possible.
first month, beginning of second month.
So that's already done.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we have the raw materials.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And you would have been able to gather your material within Gehenna as well.
Okay, great. All right. That's all.
Okay. All right. Enter the third month. We'll start with Jack, who has recruited a number of elven refugees in the Elia Forest. Is there anything that else you would like to do in your third month, Jack?
How did it go in the Iolian Forest? Were they amenable? Did I find a lot of refugees?
Most of
Or
the
were
people
they-
within the forest have chosen to remain there, as it has become its own elven kingdom once again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What I'd be happy to do is, since I'm up there, I'd also like to improve relations, and I will be spending time helping them out. If there's stuff that they need to do, if there's an extra body they need, I'm pretty happy to get to know them and establish myself as a good neighbor.
Go ahead and
Should
make
we
a
need to call him?
charisma check.
Okay.
I don't think he's very good at charisma, guys. We'll find out.
We'll find out. Oh, just a charisma check or a persuasion check?
Persuasion, sorry.
Oh, okay, that's different. Okay. That'll be a 26.
Okay. Establish pretty friendly relations, enough to establish trade routes, and even bring back several saplings with you back to the city.
Saplings. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah. I will happily
Look at
plant them.
those.
And you know what? I'm also looking for anyone who's combat ready and who'd like to join the guard, but also who'd like to kind of be there as backup for us too. I'm looking for any scrappy young fighters. Anyone who wants to get into the fray, who might have some talent, based on what I'm seeing of them.
Okay. You had a few. Calvin, you should have finished your magical items at this point. What else are you doing?
That's honestly all I have planned.
That's fine. Other than helping out the city, that's
Yeah.
fine. All right, great.
He's a simple guy.
Elith, you have your monthly book club meetings. You have returned back to the city. What else are you doing?
I'm getting Gari enrolled back into the college so that he can start his learning once more in his practice.
Yeah, he's roughly a level 3 wizard at this point.
So he doesn't even need it? Where do I send him? Where do I
No,
go?
he still can study at the college. He'd be an advanced student.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he's roughly a level 3 wizard at this point. Not quite fireball level, but he's getting there. He's getting there.
I'm so proud of him. You don't even know. But yeah, so that's really cool.
He's
And
actually shown most of his talent in divination. The School of Divination, so.
that's so exciting. Oh man.
I really can't help him all that much.
Well, speaking
I
of
can help him read minds. That's about it.
Speaking of Ember, I have to talk to Ember.
Go ahead.
Going
So
to seek him out.
When after visiting the Bursar and the Office of Admissions, you managed to make your way to the Archmage's office.
Knock, knock, knock. It's me.
It's open.
I enter. Alright. Off the bat. Look. It took me a little bit. So, remember when we were in Thorn? Right.
Do.
Not too long ago. And as she's talking, she sits down. Is there a chair in the room?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, because that's what she's gonna sit on, and she's just gonna keep talking as she goes. And we Gari and I, we went on our walk, right? And it was lovely time. He asks me, he goes, who is that man? I go, who? I look, guess who I see? Your predecessor. Bone Frail?
Yes.
I
We
saw
still
him.
we need to deal with him, yes.
I saw him I saw him in Thorm at the memorial of the orphanage.
Was he there?
It looked more like a figment, like an image of him, and he was progressively decaying. And finally, I mean, he had a crown, and he was finally all bone, and his eyes lit up green. He was gone.
That's interesting.
Very
He
interesting.
doesn't. He's never seemed like a wizard of much aspiration to me, but you know, he was an archmage. I haven't. I haven't. I have spent the last month digging into the secrets of the previous ministers, and can't find a scrap about him. Nobody knows anything about him. Very secretive man. And he does have some significant power. But he never seemed personality wise as a person of ambition of this sort. And at this point, you see another Ember walk into the room.
Yeah. That's off-putting. Still not used to that much at all.
Hello.
Hello.
What are we discussing?
We're discussing our favorite undead archmage.
Oh, Archmage Agrinold. Yeah, I think I've
Frail.
Bona Frail?
Olin Frail.
Olin Frail.
Oh, so we're not discussing Agrinold then. Okay, never mind. I'll put his cage aside. Bull and Frail. Oh yes, that's the one who's currently running amok.
Right.
Right. He's an issue, isn't he?
He's a big issue.
He's a lich, right?
I'm not positive, but I do know that he is a general for Orcus, if I remember correctly.
That's very unfortunate. Especially due to my unfortunate relations with Gratz.
Right. It would be really unfortunate if something were to happen to him.
Well, no. I don't care about either of those two beings, but it places us in the middle no matter what. So we have to do something about it. So, Bull and Frail, what's your idea? How do we deal with him?
Well, you brought up a really good idea. Call up Gratz. Say, hey.
I never ever want to be in his service.
Do I have something of his? Let me see. She starts checking all her pockets. Who's knocking? She hides. She's gonna hide behind the chair she's sitting on. She's frightened.
Please do.
Archmage! Let me talk to you right away! Archmage!
And both Ember and Simulacrum Ember will walk to the door very calmly and open it.
Opening the door is like just heaving for air is Professor Euphemia Dudley. They're at it again. They stole my timber. They're at it again. And they had accomplices. I don't know how this happened.
Professor Dudley.
And the bottle of wine. And my bottle of wine. Can you believe they stole my timber and my bottle of wine and the cheese? The whole wheel.
Who?
Professor Dudley. Come here. Come in. Sit down.
Fine.
Tell me about what happened.
The raccoons. They're at it again.
Oh, yes.
They had an owl with a monocle?
Yes, that is an issue that we know about. Unfortunately, the champions. You know the champions. Do you remember Flint Timbers? Little gnome. Unfortunately, he can talk to animals, and he taught animals how to make and or steal timbers. So I'm sorry.
It's spreading. It is. I think it's something. I even think the government's involved. No offense.
The government's not well,
That's
unless
what
you
they all
count
say.
Flint as part of the government. I am part of the government, and I also know
This goes
specifically the deep as in the mayonnaise of your sandwich. Yes. I will. How about this? Would you like a timber made by Flint Timbers himself?
I just want my lunch.
How about a grilled timber with tomato soup? Special season just for you.
That's fine. I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
Wonderful. I cast Dimension Door and I send her down to the kitchens.
Okay.
And as I cast Dimension Door, I poke my head through. Flint, she would like a grilled timber with tomato soup. And then as she goes through, I poke my head back through and I close the Dimension Door. Elith, as we were discussing.
What you guys discussing?
Hey, you? I don't like your cigarette smoke. Get out of here.
I like your. Hand me one.
Yeah. Here you go. Here you go, doll.
Thanks, Kitty.
I don't like your cigarette smoke either. Get out of here.
her little possum familiar is gonna leave because he was left behind.
But yeah, I don't really know how to deal with the situation yet. But I want him eliminated, and I want the other 8 eliminated.
The other what?
There are 8 more.
Are they like him? Are they when I say like him, are they equal power-ish to him?
I would say they're all significantly strong. Generals.
That's incredibly unfortunate for all of us.
Yes. Which is why I want to do something about it. Which is why I'm telling you this. You know? Just so that you can think up an idea. I don't have the solution yet.
I will start on my battle plans. If I end up in an extra pocket dimension, it's all part of the plan.
And okay. Yeah, I think that's all I had. I've got to run, you know.
Yeah. Oh, just so you know, for your future worries, all of Gari's education is 100% free. He's got a full ride. He's tuition free to the school.
Really good news. I'm
Room and board, everything. You know what? I know how worried you are. We can put him in a special, protective room.
Oh.
If you want. Only if you want.
I want him to feel normal for the time being.
Okay.
Really, I'm worried that he will progress to the point where I won't know how to teach him anymore. I don't want to teach him Ember. I don't want to teach him what I know.
Honestly, he's progressed past what you know, and anything that you could teach him is.
Could you teach him? Who could teach him? Do you know anyone?
I could teach him a few things, but yes, I know people. He's good at divination, and you know what? You know who is also good at divination? Professor Dudley. We actually just got rid. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna open up a dimension door to the kitchen to where I sent Professor Dudley. And hopefully she's calmed down and she has her timber and her soup. Professor Dudley, please step through the portal.
Just as she's about to take a bite for timber.
Oh, bring the timber. Bring the timber. Bring it. Bring the timber, bring the soup. Come. You can eat on my desk.
Should have like this weird like arm stack thing, like first sandwich and she tries to put. Well, no, that's not gonna work. Then it's the first the bowl, then the sandwich, and she washes. What?
Professor Dudley.
First of all, that gnome is very angry all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes. But best food you ever had, right?
Yeah. Gotta admit.
Anyway, you've met Gary before, correct? Young Dwarven student. He's pretty bright. Very, very good at divination.
She'll set down her sandwich and her soup with the coffee table. Yes, I'm familiar with him.
Wonderful. Would you be able to take Gary under your wing and just, teach him what you know?
Alphraxius, I'm not a secret bird person like other professors here. I don't have a wing.
Okay, but, and I want to cast minor image and create her where her arms are just wings, and then transition them into arms with Gary underneath one of them, and then back to wings, then back to arms.
Oh, it's a metaphor. Got it.
It is very much a metaphor. I want you to take Gary, teach him what you know, take care of him. He is very special to me. Do you understand that, Professor Dudley?
Yes.
He's also very, very, very important to this woman, and I want to point to Elif, and I'm hoping Elif is as intimidating as possible in this point.
Oh,
He's also very important to her.
Oh, Lady Death, it's so nice to see you.
Yeah. This is Gary's mother.
At this point, Elith is just looking her up and down and like smiling and like.
Yeah, she's a halfling. It's not, your eyes don't have to travel far.
I know. Bite-sized meal.
Gary is very important to both of us. And I was really hoping that, along with his normal classes, you could maybe give him an instruction or two on the side. Just not anything super serious, just making sure he's keeping up with his studies and progressing as he should, Just, he's a special interest case.
Okay.
Anyway, you can go do you want to go back to the chow hall with your
I'm
soup,
good.
or would you rather go back to your room? Because I can send you there.
I'm just. I can walk, and she's gonna look like go to grab her sandwich. It's gone.
Also, your familiar is looking for you. He
No,
was
you
very
don't
upset.
understand. The temper of the soup. They're gone.
The wood of the soup is gone.
Is the sandwich actually gone?
It is. I rolled a natural 19 on the stealth check for the creatures.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
I'm just gonna go have some gooseberries in my office.
stay.
It's fine. No.
Wait,
I'm defeated.
No.
She's gonna snap and teleport
He's
herself.
gonna put a wall of force in front of her.
She teleported. She's gone.
I'm going to dimension door to her office.
Oh my god.
Counter spell.
And with that, moving on.
I'm going to continue to. Alright, so we can move on, but I'm going to continue to follow her until I get her to calm down and get more food.
I didn't mention it, but I'd like to mention it now. Just kind of like in passing to Ember about how like the green of Bolenfro's eyes were the same green of the fire of the orphanage. I'm gonna bring that to his attention in passing in that conversation. Anyways.
Okay.
That's for you to
Okay.
We covered Jack, we covered Kelvin, Elith. Sam, what are you doing for your last month? Muted. You're muted.
You're muted.
There, it's better.
That was funny.
Right. He's mostly going to be doing spells by request for the rest of the party. And he's going to be working on his glass blowing. And he's also going to occasionally be going out on the lake and fishing and such.
I can actually help you with the glass blowing.
We can collaborate. Teach me your.
I'm proficient in just about everything, so yeah, I can show you a couple of tips.
Awesome. So I work with Kelvin.
So Sam, go ahead and roll intelligence checks. Just roll 3 intelligence checks for me. While he's doing that, Huzescu, what are you doing during your last month?
So he's going to do something a little bit long-winded. He wants to hold a bit of an intervention with the party whenever they're available near the end of our journey.
Okay.
Okay, when everybody just assembles, whenever that may be.
Okay.
Intervention?
Yes.
This is an intervention for you?
For whom?
Well, so maybe intervention isn't the right word. Maybe convention is the right word. Just grouping everybody together for very important.
Did you want to do that at the end, or did you want to do that like before everything else?
Let's save that for the very end, so that we can end on that note.
Okay.
And that being said, I'll just let everybody else finish what they're doing.
Okay.
We've got a very short time, and I've got a few things that I still want to do.
We'll return back to Ember and then touch on Zark and then Shada. I think Shada has something really quick too. So Ember, what else do you want to do?
Okay, so Ember is he wants to take Sam with him to go see our 0134.
Okay.
After I figured out who he was, I want to take Sam, who's just like him, with him.
And then Sam's like, how is he just like me again?
You know how your magic is a bit wild and uncontrollable?
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
about that.
Well,
It's under control.
well, that's fine, but you've dealt with it for a really long time, and he has dealt with it for less than a decade. And apparently now he's a really big deal in the, what was it, the Apati Waste?
Sacrament Theocracy.
Sacrament Theocracy.
Yeah, the Apati Waste. Or yeah.
Mhm.
He's a pretty big deal in the segment Theocracy, and I want to be on good terms, and I want to be able to talk to him not like he's a construct, but like he's a person like you. But also he was born of a wild magic surge, and he is the incarnate of wild magic, and having you there, somebody who lived a life of wild magic, would be useful.
Yeah, for diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Okay.
Also, he's like a son to me. He's like a child.
Mhm.
And I don't.
Friends are nice.
Yeah. I don't know how exactly this is going to go, but I would like you there with me. So,
Sure.
hold on to your underpants. We're teleporting.
Okay.
All right.
And you guys teleport to the blessed city of Damad, which is just this massive city that's built on a tier system with this cathedral overseeing the entire city.
I'm assuming there's
Right.
like a very large temple or a central gathering point for the governance of this city. Yeah?
It would be the cathedral.
Yeah. All right. Let's go that way. And I point to the cathedral to Sam.
Right. Let's get going. And so I'm kind of like is looking around, seeing if anybody recognizes him.
Can I tell if Sam has these nervous looks around?
Make
It's
make a insight check. What's your passive insight? Actually, we'll just say that.
Oh, passive insight. Okay. 10.
Nah, you're not quite seeing anything.
Yeah. Okay. I assume we make it to the. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hello. Can we talk to R0134?
Yeah, so there are a total of 5 knights. They're called knights, and the 5 pillars are defined 5. The first one is a dragonborn named Darl. Then you have Inra, the Goliath paladin, which you saved from the cursed dragon blade. You have Galanon Adarsis, who is a human. Luminous, who is an elf. And then you have R0134. After a few moments, R0 does come out. Stands there.
Hi. So, Yeah, I'm Sam Thornton, former wild mage.
They are.
I am R0134. Spark shoots out of his neck.
Is that normal?
Hey, bud. How you doing?
I am fine.
Okay.
Are you sure? Have you been dealing with the wild magic sages?
I have no feelings.
Okay.
You have no feelings, so then you wouldn't mind coming with me and being tested for what you are.
I am obligated to assist here.
Why? Why are you
Clouds.
obligated to assist here when you ran away from our home?
Clouds are gathering to the west. I am needed. I have purpose.
What wilds are gathering to the west?
Clouds. Clouds are gathering
Clouds.
to the west. There's a storm coming from the west. That could be literal or figurative. I don't know.
If it's literal, like, I can fix it, but
We're
a
in a
metaphorical
desert.
one might be harder.
We're in a desert. I don't think it's literal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey R. Do you hate me? Do you hate me?
I do not hate you.
Hey R. Would you rather that I stop seeking you? Would you rather live a life independent of me?
The logical choice would be to allow me to see to the task I have. With no task, I may rejoin you.
R. I'm in charge of a very important school. You can find the school if you travel northeast of here. If your task becomes complete and you have nothing else to do, can you come see me?
I will.
Thank you, R. And before I go, I want to get a sort of sense of how strong he has become.
Make an Arcana check.
Anna. Okay. It's a 25.
He's from a game standpoint, he's above the level 15.
Okay. He is pretty fucking strong. All
as
right,
are
cool.
all of the pillars.
Yeah. R, when you get a chance, I'd like to see you.
I will try.
Until then, I hope you found your purpose. And right before we go, Ember is going to ask Sam, he's like you were. Can you tell if anything's off about him? If he's gonna do anything like teleport this plane into the next, or make everything smell like lavender like you do, or did?
Gotcha. I can take a look.
Just a quick cursory glance.
Mm-hmm. And I go ahead and take a look over him. Do I pick up on anything?
Roll an insight check with advantage.
All right.
That's a nat
25.
20.
I mean, he's very unstable, as you were. Will it pose like a large scale threat? Probably not. But it's also very unpredictable.
Mm-hmm. And I go ahead and I relay that to Ember, where probably not going to be a large scale threat, but it's hard to predict what wild magic will do on any given day.
Okay. So his magic is unpredictable, but he's still him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll always make the right choice. And right before I leave, hey R,
Yes.
did you hear about the construct uprising in Thorm?
I have.
What did you think about that?
It was less of an uprising and more of a control.
So you would have preferred the constructs to have more say in the matter?
I do not think they were capable of thought or free will.
Hey R, I don't mean this to be hurtful, but you were an accident. But you might be the best accident that's ever happened to me. Stay safe, will you? And with that, I'll teleport out with Sam back to the Valerian Empire, back to our stronghold.
Okay. Zark, for your last month, what do you do?
Well. Wait, so where is Ember at exactly?
Ember. Where do you need Ember to be, I guess, would be the better question.
Well, because I'm still back at Dragonfall right now.
So he would have been
Finishing it.
in and out of Dragonfall for the entire last month.
Okay, and I'm assuming he's going to come back like toward the end of the month when everything's finished up.
I'm literally like one day I'm there, one day I'm not.
Okay,
Like,
so I'll just
you
wait for
have to grab me while I'm there. Yes.
All right, so I'll wait for a day that he's there, like
And
toward the end
then-
of the month.
So we'll see that you find him on a day that he's there.
I'm gonna ask him if he could send me home to Ayash for a couple of days.
I think Flint had asked me about that as well. Maybe we can grab him from the kitchen if they're back from Thorm.
All right.
Have they made it back from Thorm yet in the third month?
Yeah. They're only in Thorm for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
They came
Okay.
back.
Yeah. I'll grab you two, and maybe Ella if she wants to see Bark Simpson. No. Anybody else? I don't think so. I think everybody else is from this side of the continent.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll take those two. 3. 2. Yeah, take those 2 back to Ayash. I'll try and put them into the Mother Iris lives in like the Druidlands, right?
And
like
Grunner's Wood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll try and take him back to Grunner's Wood then.
All right. Oh yeah, we can see Mother Iris too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zark, what are you doing? Well, you're in Ayash.
Well, obviously, first things first, going to Grunner's Wood. I'm gonna go see my mom and my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what time of day is it?
It's mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. So probably would be at the clinic working. So I go to the clinic.
Okay. And Grunner's Wood has been built up quite a bit since you've last seen it. It's been a little over a year and a half since you I've last been here. Quite large village or town now, I would say.
Oh wow. So it really made a name for itself. Okay, so I don't do it. Am I recognized by anybody, or has it been that long?
I mean, people like recognize you, but no extreme reactions.
All right, then I head into the clinic where I'm pretty sure my mom and sister would be.
Yeah. So after you like wander, you eventually hear Zark, and like running up and seeing you is your mom.
Hey, it's my mom.
My mom.
My mom. I just go up and just give her a big old hug.
You look like you haven't been eating that much. You're getting so skinny.
Well, fighting dragons will do that to you, so.
And to think that my little boy, the one who cried when he accidentally shot a rabbit, would be out fighting dragons.
You didn't have to mention that part, Mom, but that's okay.
Nobody cares. You have a little bit of dirt on your cheek, and she's gonna lick her finger.
No, oh my god.
It's okay, baby. You're fine. I won't tell anybody about this.
Oh god, I forgot Flint was with me. I looked down at Flint. It's like, don't you need to go see Mother Iris or something?
Well, no, I'm hoping Mother Iris knows where my mother and Benji are. Hopefully.
So yeah, so I looked at my mom and I go, well, where's Jocelyn at? I haven't seen her in forever either.
Well, Jocelyn is up in Leo.
Oh, okay.
Helping with
Oh,
the
wow.
clinic up there.
All right then. So it's great to see you and all, but I'm also here to offer you a proposition.
A proposition? What do you mean?
So out near Cyrindel, we were given the money to build our own keep in our own town and everything, and it's almost completed. And I know obviously you still have your roots here and everything, but I just wanted to, say that you always have a place nearby.
Ever since your father went missing, I really haven't felt like I've had a home.
Yeah. Well, if you do decide to move there, I think a nice memorial service for him would be pretty nice.
I'll think about it. I'll have Mother Iris send you a message.
All right. And I just hug her again and just be. I was like, how long was I gone for anyway? Honestly,
Year and a half. You spent a year in the Feywilds. Yeah.
thought it was more like 2. All right.
And eat more. You're too skinny.
All right. Well, now that I got a nice, cushy job at the keep, I'm probably gonna be eating a lot better now. So, don't you worry.
What the fuck do you mean eating better?
Well, Flynn, what all I meant by it is like for a year there, I wasn't eating your cooking, and your cooking is the best I've ever had. So now that I get your cooking every single day, I'm definitely gonna fatten up now. And I like look at my mom and I give her a little wink.
That's right.
Flint gives Mama Zark a timber. A real fucking good timber.
Oh.
With like hot ham, melted cheese, with like tomatoes, a bit of mustard drizzle, and some lettuce smacked on top.
Yeah. Where are my manners? Mom, this is Flint Timbers. He's the inventor of the timber. Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, back in the day when we were fleeing.
That, yep.
Yep.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels so long ago.
Also, Mama Zark, have you seen my mom and or Benji?
They should be on the farm that they run outside of town.
Okay, cool. Spin me around and point me in a direction. I have to go yell at my brother real quick.
And as Flint heads off to reunite with his family, what comes next is a story for another time.
Oh boy.
So
This 3
everyone,
months has taken a while.
It has 3 months has taken a while. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning to our session this evening. That is where session 106 is going to end. However, this is not the end of our campaign. It's just the beginning of a whole new story. So, I'm your Dungeon Master Salkos, and I would like to thank you all for tuning in tonight. And I would like to pass it on over to our Lady Death, Miss Elif, Visago, or Tiefling Warlock.
Ooh, super fun today. This session is probably one of my favorites of all time, just because we're doing so much, you know what I mean? And we get to go over so much content. It's really fun. But other than that, great job, everyone. And yeah, hopefully y'all picked up on the hints that I left you in the conversation with Ember. There's a lot of hints in there for you. So
There were less like hints and more like, look, like punches in the face.
well, there's a couple things that are kind of like implied that take a little bit of thinking about. So yeah, mull over that.
Okay.
But speaking of Ember, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Ember Alphraxius, Flint Timbers, Tyler himself, the man, the legend.
Hi, I'm sorry that I take so much time. I really am. I'm getting rid of one of these characters by next session, I promise you. They're not gonna die. I'm going to quietly retire one of them. I'm gonna quietly retire one until he's needed for a big bad evil guy. But today was a lot of fun. We got a ton of housekeeping done, like stuff that has been bugging me for fucking months. We got done, which is very nice. And I hope beginning of next episode we get to clear up a few things, because there's still a few things that Ember needs to do within his 3 months. All that being said, it was really fun. It was really fun, like, figuring out what everybody was planning on doing for, you get 3 months off, what are you gonna do? Listening to people talk about what they're doing is interesting, especially when you're not tied to the group and you just get to go do your own thing. Jack going out and searching for specifically like refugees and inviting them says a lot about him, right? Fucking Shada going to kill his butler. That says something about him. I'm not sure what. Anyway, let's kick it over to Shada.
I mean, to be fair, I wasn't the one that put the poison in the liquor.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was a great session of a lot of roleplay, a lot of important roleplay, especially. Like we brought up, it's a lot of things we need to clear up. People tying up loose ends and whatnot. And Shada is doing some recovery in his home city, working on a big project. And yeah, I cannot wait for the next session when we all convene and experience whatever Hughes-esque has to tell us. But yeah, it's a great session, y'all. I will pass it over to the Highwayman, the Reaper, the man, the myth, legend, Midnight Jack.
I'm a Highwayman. I really enjoyed hearing about all the cool stuff that I got up to.
Sword and pistol by his side.
I was
Sorry.
very happy for my character with a sword and pistol by my side. One of these days. Yes. Thank you everyone for coming with us on that. I think the answer to what does Jack get up to when he's got free time? The answer is more work, I guess. More work. I'm curious whether he'll ever just stop. Probably not. I want to thank Zark for coming with me on that stuff. And I'll kick it over to you, buddy.
All right. Yeah, I had a lot of fun this session. Glad I was able to be back for this one. Fortunately, I missed the last one, and I heard I somehow do great things when I'm not here. So
You do every time you're not here.
every single time.
Every time.
Funny how that works.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's just
Your character knows.
yeah.
It's still not as great as having you here.
I appreciate that, Kelvin. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody in chat, all the players here, our lovely DM Salkos. And with that, I'll pass it over to Hughes-esque, our human cleric.
Thank you, Zark. Yeah, it's sessions like these that are particularly satisfying. Being able to just clear out just a ton of side content and just make everything nice and clean and organized, and setting the groundwork for probably our final and conclusive arc, which I can only assume is going to be really crazy. So make sure to be there for that. It's gonna be great. And I am a little bit sad that I didn't get to drop exactly what Hughes was doing this session, because I was so ready to just hit you guys with that just complete, just drop that bomb on you guys, but that is a story for another time from Salkos. And then
Cliffhanger.
give you guys a week to sit on that. But
What I'm hearing is
Next
I
time.
have to push harder next time.
that is a story for another time. So in the next session, guys, get ready for Hughes to reveal all of the secrets.
Okay, charge that Kamehameha up, man.
All the secrets.
All of them. And with that being said, I'm going to kick it over to Sam, our not wild magic sorcerer.
Yeah, what is he?
Something.
Hey, he's a type of sorcerer.
Man.
He's a
sorcerer.
muggle now.
He's a magic man.
He does magic.
Oof. I don't know. He's cast several spells.
This magic moment.
Did you?
Right? No. I don't know if he's picked up proficiency with Glassblow's tools. He might still be working on that for a while.
You did good.
Still, it was good. I did pretty good. Yeah.
You did
yeah,
not
it was
gain
a 13, a 14,
proficiency.
and a 16.
You did not gain proficiency in those, by the way. You had to get above 20 at least 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll have to keep working on that.
You know, we'll
Pizza plus 0.
Yeah, we'll put these up on the shelf for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, sorry. It all just kind of glitched out for a second. I'm excited to see what happens next. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of question marks in the party. He's SQ, Illith. I'm kind of interested to see how those play out. And I will kick that over to Kelvin.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It continues to be just a treat to play D&D every week with you guys, and really enjoyed the role play in this one, and kind of like Ember said, you know, it was fun to see what everybody had in mind for their time off. Thanks for joining us, and I'm gonna kick it back to Salkos.
Thanks so much there, Nate. And thank you to everyone for turning into the session tonight. Smirks and all. I have not much else to say other than come join our Discord. There's so many people in our Discord server right now. It's been popping all night. We love to see you in our Minecraft servers playing Sea of Thieves with us, all these sorts of things. But you can use the command !Discord in our chat to get a direct link. But outside of that, everybody, I have nothing else to say other than what I say every single week. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Buy some glasses.